Define your meaning of war. To me it's what we do when we're bored. I feel the heat coming off of the blacktop, and it makes me want it more. Because I'm hyped up, out of control. If it's a fight, I'm ready to go. I wouldn't put my money on the other guy. If you know what I know that I know. It's been a long time coming, and the tables turn around. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going down. I'm not running, it's a little different now. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going down.
Alright, welcome to King of the Squared Circle. My name is your General Manager, Sonny S. Sapphire, and I'm here with Ed Ultimo-Starz.
We have a squared circle. Will we have a king at the end of the night?
Yes, we will have a second king. Last year, John Dreamfield won the Royal Rumble match and went on to Kingdom of Immortality to beat then champion Adrian Peck. And we are going to find out who is going to the main event of Kingdom of Immortality. But before we do that, we have eight staggering matches before our main event, and one of those is our opening contest, which is going to be a Hell in a Cell match between Justin and Dave Williams, Ed. And what do you think of our opening contest?
Well, it's not the only Hell in a Cell match we will see here tonight, but this certainly will become something personal, as Dave Williams, Justin Perreault absolutely hate each other. Let's go.
Yes, we are going to go to the entrances of our first bout, and we'll be right back after these.
Lost in this place, filled with conviction. I'm not the same.
All right, there we are, ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest inside the Hell in a Cell, as Ed gets to discover what the Hell in a Cell can do for other competitors. We see Justin, Perreault, and Dave Williams, who have a distinct hatred of one another. And Ed, can you tell our viewers why this hatred grew so big between these two men?
Well, why this hatred grew so big?
Yeah, we see a Dragon Rana by Justin Perreault, something that he probably stole from Legion of Blackguard member Dijk, because he should be the master of the Dragon Rana.
Wow, just because he calls himself the Dragon, he should be the master of the Dragon
Listen, you
Rana.
either go all in or you go all out.
We need to look out with those terms.
No,
want
we
another
don't.
lawsuit.
No. I don't give a shite. I don't give a shite as Dave Williams is thrown to the outside. And now Justin contemplating if he should take the risk of dying. No, he's not. He's going to play it safe. He's going to play it safe inside Hell in the Cell right now.
But yeah, this just became so personal so quickly between these two. Whoa, as Justin just keeps punching Dave Williams. Going around the ring.
He is being his own king of the squared circle, the king of Hell in a Cell right now. He is showing every single corner of that steel cell towards Dave Williams.
Well, exactly. Like, they don't have a lot of room to move,
that this rivalry started after Dave Williams made a comeback after a hiatus that he took after Civil Wars, after being beaten by the Dutch Death Squad with his alliance against the Dutch Death Squad. And nobody even cared at that point, but somebody needed to take action, and Dave Williams took his time away and attacked Justin when he least expected it, and was even the one who pinned him in this fatal four-way elimination match last month at New Dawn. And now we have this match. And a super kick by Dave Williams, sending Justin over the steel steps, Ed.
Yeah, and as you can see, they don't have a lot of room to move between the cell and the ring. It's not like you can dance there, although probably Rainbow will later. Oh, but now...
Oh no, Justin with a kick to the stomach, and now throws him through the cell, right through the steel cage of the Hell in a Cell.
I don't want to feel that. I don't. I really don't.
And there goes Justin, and we haven't seen one limp of Dave Williams moving right now, and there he goes. Now he's staggering to his feet as Justin is almost to the top of the cage. And now Dave Williams following suit, Ed.
He's just standing there, laughing at Dave Williams, who's trying to climb up to meet Justin there on top of the cell. And here we go.
Yeah, and now they're fighting. These two bitter rivals are fighting on top of the Hell in a Cell. And this is crazy. Ed, this is crazy. Ed, what the fuck is Justin thinking? What the fuck is he doing? And he powerbombs Dave Williams right through the table. Right through the table, Ed.
He killed him. Wait, he's moving. How is Dave Williams move? Okay, well,
Dave Williams is staggering to his feet, but he's unconscious. He is not done. He is not done. And Justin is just taunting.
He's yelling at him to come on, to come back. Well, as Justin wants to, well, Dave Williams will please him in any manner, apparently, because he is getting back on top of the cell. One more time. How is this man still alive? How is he still moving? And now they're dancing. Okay, maybe not. It looked like they're dancing, Sani.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like that. And now Dave Williams with a kick to the back and Justin writhing in the pain. And now a kick to the stomach. Incredible that Dave Williams is still standing after the beating that he took from Justin after being thrown off that cell. And that just shows the resiliency that the former leader of the Alliance has.
That's the name I haven't heard in a long time, and I'd rather just forget about it, because it wasn't that good, Sonny. It really wasn't that good. No comments? Alright.
No, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Alright, well, that's fine. They continue attacking each other on top of the cell. I mean, you can't win up there, guys. It's not possible.
I'm not sure what they're thinking, but I think that neither of these competitors have winning in their vision right now. They just want to hurt one another. They want to hurt one another so badly that one of those people can't continue their career. That's just what it looks like. It just looks like Justin and Dave want to end one another's career.
Well, Dave Williams wants to do that since the very start, and he has an opportunity to do so here tonight, but Justin is not, well, he's not stopping the attacks anytime soon. He already threw him off the cell with a power bomb. What else can these two do on top of the cell instead of just throwing each other around a bit, hoping someone falls off?
Yeah, it really does look like that. And Dave has just thrown Justin right off the cell. And Justin couldn't stop his own momentum. And he just squandered away. There was no reason for him. There was no measure of ever defending himself against something so brutal. But Dave is climbing down as Justin is climbing up. And this has become a cat and mouse game as I've ever seen one, Ed.
It's a race. It's Sonic time.
Oh, and now Dave has thrown the face of Justin into the cell, and once again, and now Justin crashes down, and it hurts deep inside of the body of Justin. And would you look at that? Dave Williams came crashing to the announce table only minutes ago, and has now taken full control of the match, as he is now walking inside of the crutch of Justin. And this is just humiliating to watch.
That's a
yes,
really
I know.
weird
But did you see what was happening? That was weird enough, That was weird enough, Ed. Don't rush my sentence building.
Okay, fine. I won't.
I mean, I'm not sure what's happening right now.
Wait, what the hell?
And now Dave is becoming Wolverine, ladies and gentlemen. Dave has become Wolverine. He has just flashed through the steel cage. Incredible. Dave is showing superpowers as I've ever seen. Holy shit. What the fuck is this?
I think something knocked out of his mind the moment that he fell through that announce table from the top of the cell, and now
Dave Williams has awoken his special superpowers right here at King of the Squared Circle.
Is this Matrix's God? Is Matrix an angel of Dave Williams?
A new tag team has been born. Matrix and Dave Williams. I'm not sure what was happening here,
that poor
but it seems like Dave can only flash through steel. He can't do it with solid punches from Justin.
No. The solid punches are just way more powerful.
And now Justin turns him around into the hammerlock DDT by Justin. And now he is not done yet. He is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen, because there he goes. The one is not enough. A second hammerlock DDT.
That's
and it's not going to be enough. 1, 2, 3, and just like that. No, what? Justin didn't do it. Dave got his right shoulder up. I thought that was free.
It looked like Justin just let go. I don't know what happened there. Maybe the referee thought it was a rope break, but there is no rope break in hell.
I'm not sure
in
what
a cell,
happened there,
referee.
Ed. I'm not sure what happened, but the bell has not rung, which means that there is still room for a win and a springboard uppercut. A springboard uppercut.
Yeah, a springboard uppercut.
Incredible.
Yeah. Incredible indeed.
And now Dave Williams into Irish whip to Justin. And now a spinning side slam. Sit out side slam, I should say. My apologies. Now a strike. And now another striking combination. And he flattens Justin. Incredible how Dave Williams is still going. 1. And a kick out. Almost a 2 count. Almost a near fall for Dave Williams.
Dave Williams is looking for something big now. Will that be
He's
enough?
looking to finish off the legend of UCW as he was thrown off the powerbomb. And now a flatliner. A top rope flatliner, I should say. And now Dave Williams, what's he going to do next? Oh, the strike was blocked by Justin. And Justin now with a chop to the throat. And now a chop by Dave. And now a loop fast press by Dave Williams. And Ed, who do you think has the opportunity, the advantage in this match right now as we see a cover by Dave?
I mean, I would say Justin Perreault because he threw Dave Williams off the cell, but it doesn't look to face this man as he became God all of a sudden. Phasing through the cell itself.
It looked like Dave Williams for some couple of seconds activated Ultra Instinct or something. I'm not sure what he was doing. Top rope elbow drop by the legend of UCW. And now a kick to the back. But Ed, don't you think that right now the advantage should be in Dave Williams as he dodges a spear? He dodges a spear by Justin, leapfrogging over him. What incredible agility so late in this matchup.
It should indeed be. And now
with the spear connected by Justin. The first time wasn't enough, but the second time he almost floored him in half. As we take another look at the spear by Justin, and he goes around. And the fact of the matter is, right now, who is going to win this match? We don't know for sure. As now Justin with a brain buster, dropping him right on his neck.
Right on his neck. And is he going to finish that again with that hammerlock DDT?
He is looking for it. He winds up the arm. He traps it. And the third time, the third hammerlock DDT. Will it be the count? 1, 2, and 3. And this time he does. This time, Justin fends off Dave Williams.
I want to say that I'm not surprised, but after the feat of strength of Dave Williams, I am kind of surprised because this man just stood up after being powerbombed through the table off the damn cell.
Yes, it's a one thing that Dave Williams showed is that he has a lot of character and a lot of growth to be made here in UCW. He wasn't good enough yet to beat Justin, but he gave him a hell of a fight, and it's a fight that the legend of UCW will surely not soon forget. And right now we give our congratulations to Justin, and we'll be right back with the second match of the night.
Just an alley creeper, light on his feet. Young fighters screaming with no time for doubt. With the pain and anger, can't see way out. It ain't much unmasking. I heard him say, gotta find me a future, move out of my way. I want it all. Right into this world, all alone. God takes your soul, you're on your own. The crow flies straight
the perfect line on the devil's bed until you die. This life is short, baby, that's a fact. Better live it right, you ain't coming back. Gotta raise some hell before they take you down. Gotta live this life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the second match of the night. It is a singles match, a grudge match, so to say, Ed, between Adrian and Peck, the Dawn of UCW, and Johnny Crow, the popcorn eater of UCW.
Yeah, and it seems that after the cell got away, we had the arena updated by our crew.
Incredible how they did it.
Incredible how fast they did that.
We have an incredible crew, and the GT Crow! The GT Crow! Immediately, Ed! Immediately a GT Crow!
What?
And you can see, Crow is all business here tonight, as he should be against someone who's calling himself the Dawn of United Championship Wrestling, Ed.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough. The GT Crow, the biggest move in Crow's arsenal, wasn't enough. Maybe it's too soon.
It was far too soon. It was far too soon. You're talking to a former UCW World Heavyweight Champion. He didn't become World Champion out of nowhere. It happened. Oh, such a sick powerbomb! Right on the floor! Right on the floor! Ed, what the hell is happening? What is happening to this once cheerful bird, Johnny Crow?
He got his popcorn a little bit early this week. I sent it to his house, or his nest, I should say, because of course he is a bird, some sort of bird. Just like Adrian Peck was supposed to be a bird, but I guess not anymore. And it's
small package by Johnny Crow. 1, 2.
Ooh,
and the Dawn just able to get one of his shoulders up.
And I guess, you know, the popcorn works like a drug.
And now a spine buster floats over into the pinfall 1 and a kick out at 2 by Adrian Peck.
You're not gonna touch the popcorn, you know.
No, I'm not going to touch the popcorn. I'm not going to touch the popcorn. I don't want to become as incensed with rage. But I can understand Johnny Crow's frustrations. He was taken out of the UCW Tag Team Championship match again. A spine buster by Johnny Crow, and this time a kick out at 1. And it seems like the more punishment you give to Adrian Peck, the more he's going to kick out. Because right now, it seems like he is untouchable.
But
and again,
Crow,
going for the pinfall by Johnny Crow.
It looks like he's getting desperate.
It looks like Johnny Crow doesn't know what to do about the Dawn. Going to the middle rope, going to the top rope, but Adrian Peck is going to meet him there. And now this spells doom, this spells disaster for the once cheerful bird, Johnny Crow, as Adrian Peck goes for the superplex, and he hits it. Perfect superplex by Adrian Peck. And you have to understand that this man wants the reward that he's going to get if he beats Johnny Crow. This man wants to go to Kingdom of Immortality 2. This man wants to main event it once more.
This man is a technician specialist, as we can see here. A nice drop kick by Crow, and now going for it to the top rope.
Yeah, Crow trying to fly, which is of course what he does best. And now the frog splash by Johnny Crow, and a kick out at 1. A kick out at 1 again.
Why would you call that a frog splash? Is he a frog? He's a crow, damn it.
I'm sorry, the crow splash. The crow splash, the popcorn popper by Johnny Crow. Immediately.
Back in the ring now.
And now Adrian Peck. Adrian Peck a knee to the side of the gut, and now following it up with an uppercut. And you know that Adrian Peck took out Johnny Crow of the UCW Tag Team title match at New Dawn last month. And it might be what Johnny Crow is thinking. He might think that if it wasn't... Do you think there's a little self-doubt in Johnny Crow? Do you think that they would have won the Tag Team Championships if it wasn't for Adrian Peck?
Well, it is quite possible, but I'm not going to say there's doubt in Crow, because this man is motivation in itself. And he's one of my best friends here in UCW. Oh, fist drop right on the beak of Crow.
The beak.
It's a beak, Sonny. Don't
Yeah,
laugh.
alright.
Oh, what impact. Wow, what a sequence.
Didn't we talk about how he's a real-life Crow? Do I need to remember everyone the story about Crow here tonight?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to remind us, Ed. We all know. It's just a funny word to me. As we see Johnny Crow working on the left leg of Adrian Peck, making sure that the Don won't be able to walk out on his own terms tonight.
Okay, now again to the top row. Come on, Crow. Do it.
All the way from the top.
And now,
Oh
a 450 popper. Was he able to pop the popcorn, Ed? Well, and he pins Adrian Peck, the 2 count, and just a little kick out at 2.5. But Johnny Crow is getting closer and closer to the finishing mark. He's getting closer to finish off Adrian Peck. And Adrian Peck wants to retaliate, but he gets kicked out of the head and kicks out immediately. He doesn't even want a 1 count. He just kicks out before it even happens.
Adrian Peck wants to prove a point here tonight that he didn't lose this step. He didn't lose everything when he, of course, lost the World Heavyweight Championship. He is back and he's better than ever.
Yeah,
I guess you can sing the song for now. It is okay.
He is more serious than he has ever been. Do you remember when he was world champion? He wasn't as nearly as serious with John Dreamfield as he is with Johnny Crow. Do you think that it's maybe more than just being the Crow of UCW? That he maybe can't fathom that he is not the only Birdman in this
But he
kingdom,
is no
so
longer
to say.
a Birdman. He burned his feathers to become the man he always was. Back to his roots. Back to wrestling, pure wrestling. Nothing flamboyant about it.
Oh, suplex blocked now by Adrian Peck as he gets caught up in the ropes a little bit with a back elbow. Very nicely done, and now follows it up with an uppercut. But I don't know. I think that Adrian Peck, next to the fact that he wanted to eliminate Crow, also is doing it because he's the tag team partner of John Dreamfield, the one that took everything from the Don. As he follows it up with a power slam, and you can see the fatigue slipping in, Ed. What do you think about my theory? What do you think about it?
About your theory.
Yeah.
It is a good theory. I'm not going to say it's bad, but I don't think that's it at all. As Johnny again, the top rope.
On the top rope and the flying elbow. Very nicely done.
I just
and now
really
Johnny
think
Crow.
he looks playing.
And now a power bomb.
But he lost.
Goes into the cover again and a kick out. A kick out again, a kick out. Look at the face of Johnny Crow. He can't believe the punishment that Adrian Peck is enduring here tonight. And incredible, now gets back body dropped right onto the apron. And now he would have been eliminated from the Royal Rumble match, which of course will be our main event later tonight. And now a 450 right to the floor. But Adrian Peck was able to roll out of the way and Johnny Crow came crashing down.
This is worrying me. This is just worrying me. I don't want Crow to get hurt. Especially not his beak. His beak is his power.
Yeah, of course. You don't want that to be ruined.
No, you don't. See, he's angry now. He is absolutely enraged. He's ready to end this match. He's waiting for Peck to return in the ring. And then finally, maybe a GT Crow to finish the job. Maybe now is the right time. Maybe now you can do it, Crow. When
he is looking for it. He is waiting. He is waiting for Adrian Peck. And Adrian Peck is taking his time up to the 8th count. And now immediately, Crow comes flying in with the clothesline.
Crow is looking.
And there he goes.
We all know what this is.
For the devastating move that he and John Dreamfield both used to perfection. There he goes, up on the shoulders. GT Crow! And now, the fact of the matter is, why is Johnny Crow waiting to pin this man, Ed?
Because he needs to put him in the middle of... Wait, no! Monkey flip, why is he...
He's just toying. He is toying with Adrian Peck, and now he's going for the pin, but this is far too late. This is a rookie mistake. A rookie mistake, Ed.
Why, Crow? What do you want to prove?
What
You
kind of
could- you could
popcorn did
add
you?
him there.
What kind of flavor did you get him? Did you get him the salted popcorn? Is
No,
he
his
salty?
favorite.
Because
his
he
favorite
looks salty.
popcorn.
And now a top rope arm drag slams Crow down and bucks away his feathers, bucks away his wings, taking away the ability for Crow to fly on his own. And now Adrian Peck DDTs the beak of Crow right into the canvas.
Crow, come on, you can end it, man.
Now Adrian Peck with him on his shoulders into the Michinoku driver, very nicely done, goes for the cover, the 1, the 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Adrian Crow, I should say Johnny Crow.
Adrian Crow?
Adrian Crow.
And
Adrian
Johnny
Crow.
Peck.
Johnny Peck. Welcome to Championship United Wrestling. My name is Sapphire Sunny. With me is Ed Ultimo-Starz.
Oh my god, why do you
Goodness
still have
gracious.
a job here?
We are slowly, we'll see Big Cool Sander. And of course, CJ Heck will also be in attendance here
And the
tonight.
lesson of life, Galky.
The lesson of life will be in the Rumble. As of course will Baphomet Reed and Alright, but now we see Adrian Peck, no time for jokes, as Adrian Peck is working on the legs, working on the various limbs, the limbs of Johnny Crow, and he's just methodical right now, Ed.
He really is just punishing him. Every part of his body.
And now into the heel hook by Johnny Crow, I
That
should
is
say,
a
by
single
Adrian
leg
Peck.
Boston Crab. Single leg Boston Crab. That's what it is, Sonny. Look at you.
Yeah, I know it isn't single. I'm just bamboozled. I'm bamboozled by the level of competition that we are seeing here tonight. Up close, low circuit DDT by Johnny Crow, and the life has not yet faded. And now a fireman's carry takeover by Adrian Peck. And now Adrian Peck with Johnny Crow on his shoulders. Is he going for the Michinoku driver yet again? Yes, very nicely done. A version of a sit-out driver.
And again, go for this
And again, the
single leg.
Boston Crab
Exactly.
on Johnny Crow. And now he gives it up. He gives it up. Adrian Peck has submitted the Crow of UCW, Ed.
The Flamingo Killer killed a bird. Yes, that's what I'm calling it. I don't care if it was single leg Boston Crab. It's the
This
Flamingo
is
Killer.
animal cruelty at its worst, Ed. This is animal cruelty at its worst. This is the cruelty of the animal kingdom.
I
And
hope
just
Crow's
like he
okay.
was in February of 2019, in February of 2020, Adrian is again standing tall as King of the Squared Circle.
But not as a bird, but as a wrestler.
This time as a wrestler. Congratulations, Adrian Peck, and we'll be right back with our third match of the evening. I was too soon with saying that, because
Wait,
it seems
no,
like Adrian Peck
no,
is not done
no,
with Johnny Crow, Ed.
Don't. Stop it now. I can't interfere. I can't. I know Crow would never forget me. Forget me, but
You shouldn't,
No,
because
you cannot do this.
he wants to do this all by himself.
Stop.
And now a DDT on the floor, that beak right into the concrete of the arena. This is just sickening, Ed. This is just sickening.
he broke the beak.
Well, we have to escort them back, as his tag team partners will be defending their championship next. And what state of mind will they be in at? We are going to find that out right here, right now.
right next to that Bible. But I swear with these 50 shots, I'll shoot it out with 5-0. Pockets getting too fat, no weight watch, no lipo. Money talks, bullshit walks on a motherfucking tightrope. And I make that pussy tap out, I knock that pussy out cold. Nigga, you can beat the crap out, but that's just how the dice roll. These hoes want that hose pipe, so I give all these hoes pipe. She get on that dick and stay on all night like porch lights. Let's do it, fuck talking. We out here, we ballin', and I'm spraying at these rusty niggas like WD-40. We fucked up, we trucked up, no ifs, ands, or but fucks. Bitch niggas go behind your back like nunchucks, and that's fucked up. But my hoes down, my cups up, my niggas down for whatever. These bitches think they too fly, but tell the women and the caviar.
And his partner,
You know who we are.
weighing
We're
in
pimping
at
all over the
220
world.
pounds.
The fancy cars, the women and the caviar.
Remember, guys, the title's
You
on the
know
line
who
here.
we
And I
are.
don't remember the last time the champ didn't get much shot. So tonight might just be the night the title changes hands.
All over the world, baby. It's only right that I share my experiences with y'all, because I've been places you'll never imagine. But I'ma start at home when I see a girl I like. I walk straight up to her and I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? You are the woman that I'm really pursuing, and I would like to get to know you. Can you give me your name? If you jot down your number, you'll get mine in exchange. Hey. See, I'm the man of this town, and I hope you wouldn't mind if I showed you around. So when you go to certain places, you'll be thinking of me. We got people to meet and many places to see. Hey, I'm really digging your lips. But be careful where you walking when you swinging them hips. I'm kinda concerned that you'll be causing a crash with your traffic jam booty heads pausing so fast. Hey, I wouldn't trade you for the world, I swear it. I like your hair in every style that you wear it. Make how the colors coordinate with your clothes, from your manicured nails to your pedicured toes.
He can't change things up now just because he didn't know what the champ was. Put it this way, you wouldn't swing lefty in practice if you're going to hit righty during the game.
Cause we're pimping all over the world. The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are. Cause we're pimping all over the world.
You hear the song, so dance. Don't always think I'm trying to get in your pants. Cause see me, my pimpin's in 3D. I'm taking you places you only see on TV. Trying to show you how you live in this trife. How many guys you know could bring the Travel Channel to life? One day we on the Autobahn swerving, driving. Next day we in the sun on the Virgin Islands. If you with me, ain't no time to sleep.
All right, here we are. We are back again. Ed, you went to the back to check on Johnny Crow. How is he doing? Just let's give our viewers a little update. How is he feeling right now?
It's his old injury. I mean, I didn't even pay attention to it, but Peck was just trying to injure him again. And I guess he succeeded because it's not looking good.
Momentum is
It really isn't. It's again his leg.
Yeah, from what I understand, it is something that has bothered him throughout his career. And, you know, it just sucks to see such a prominent career be almost destroyed once more here by the Dawn of UCW. But in fairness to the Dawn, he did what he said he was going to do. And how bleak that may sound, it's a fair warning to the rest of the UCW locker room to watch out for Adrian Peck, because he will destroy you just like Jerome Holland with the sunset flip powerbomb on the floor.
Yeah, that's just the new Adrian Peck, and you got to get used to it. I'm sure someday I'll be in the match with him, and I'll have to look out for that viciousness of his new self.
Yeah, but how do you, as a tag team, as a stable, how do you move on from that? Like right now, John Dreamfield and Jerome Holland are defending the UCW Tag Team Championship with the most beautiful side plates against Icon, D-Money, and Ace Icon right now here. And how do you do that when you just saw your tag team partner, your friend, destroyed at the hands of Adrian Peck, especially for someone like John Dreamfield, who has fought Adrian Peck in the past?
I think it's more of a problem for Indeed. Oh, well, look at that. A Superman punch in the corner and a spear to end it. Going for the pin. And just a 2 count. But I really think John Dreamfield has more of a problem with it than Jerome Holland. Because, of course, Dreamfield and Crow were close. And he has indeed had problems with Adrian Peck in the past. Not even a little bit. So he must be enraged and feel sorrow at the same time, but he has to forget everything here tonight because he is facing 2 members of Icon, D-Money and Ace Icon.
Yeah, and it just sucks, you know. I mean, I know people think I'm a terrible general manager. Of course I'm not. But the thing is, I do think that sometimes people go too far. You know, you and Rainbow, or the Wolf of UCW as we now have to call him, went too far when you brawled in the boiler room of an arena. That was just going way too far. No, I don't freaking care. You think he deserved it.
I sent him a message.
The good name, and now a roll up on Jerome Holland, and Jerome Holland just in the nick of time being able to get his left shoulder up, and now a kick to the chest by D-Money. It just feels a little heartbreaking to see someone so cheerful as Johnny Crow being destroyed like that.
It did. Oh my God! But look at that.
Oh, suplex into the sleeper,
Wasn't
into
that
a submission hold.
The chocolate lock.
The chocolate lock. Yeah. There is no escape.
There's no escape of the chocolate.
And now
lock.
Jerome Holland escapes to tag in John Dreamfield as D-Money tags in Ace Icon, and Ace Icon comes in with the spear. The spear on John Dreamfield. He got caught out of nowhere. And a kick out at 2. But I feel like these tag team championships of John Dreamfield and Jerome Holland, they only have them for a month now. Just a little less than a month, to be precise. They haven't been champions for a long time. This is actually their very first title defense, as we see a corkscrew crossbody to the floor by John Dreamfield on Ace Icon.
Ever since Jerome Holland returned, like the connection between the Johnnies, it changed, of course, because first it was only Crow and Dreamfield, and then Holland added to the mix. And they became the tag team champions as Crow was having his battle, his war with Adrian Peck.
Yeah, and you know, John Dreamfield, still the choice for partner still baffles me to this day, because I know Jerome Holland, he's an incredible competitor, he's a former European champion. So yeah, of course I can understand it from a technical standpoint, from a competitive standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, after all the shit, to be honest, that they went through together, how can you trust someone that you've gone through so much shit with?
I don't know, it's nice spinning kick hits on the top of the head of Ace. Yeah, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, a very nice
the ref didn't see it.
And D-Money was able to break it up at 2.5, saving the match for Icon and keeping the championship dreams alive.
That was a blatant rope break. I mean, his legs were over.
His legs were all over that rope. And now a suplex by John Dreamfield. And that's just I think it's incredible how John Dreamfield is doing this right now. And now attack the D-Money that John Dreamfield could have stopped, but he just didn't. He didn't because his head is not 100% in this match, and it's going to show. It's beginning to show each and every second that is passing in this match.
But they need to focus on Icon. They don't need to think about... I know it sounds bad, but you can't think about Crow right now. There's a huge slap, just a spinning slap to the face of Dreamfield by D-Money. D-Money now.
Yeah, D-Money now with the suplex into the chocolate lock. The chocolate lock here on John Dreamfield. Will it be enough? And Jerome Holland comes in to save the day.
It looked like he wanted to tap, but... Oh, damn. Damn. Just in time. So what do you think about Icon being here tonight after such a short while being in UCW and now fighting for the UCW Tag Team Championships?
I don't know. I feel like Icon has done so much in so little time. If you see another cyclone kick by John Dreamfield, but I feel like Icon has done. They've done not much, but everything they've done is significant. They've won a blood rivalry with the charismatic and cool Cape connection. You know, they did everything they needed to do to become number one contenders in the first place. They earned their spot at the top of the tag team mountain, challenging for the titles. And in such a short while, that's an incredible feat and just goes to show how great this stable really is.
Yeah.
Don't you agree, Ed? Don't you agree? I know that talking about other tag teams still hurts a little bit, but
No. I just don't like Icon. And I mean, I'm in my right to not like them because they kind of hate me as well. But yeah, I have to agree. They have been doing great for the short time they've been here, and that's why they have this opportunity. And just like not their leader, because last time we called Travvy their leader, but they don't want him as their leader. So maybe there's a little leader problem inside Icon. Let's make those just rumors, baby.
Let's get them to doubt one another.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, spreading rumors.
But they have been successful, and if they can break apart the Johnnies here tonight, Icon will have all the gold.
Yeah, Icon will have a championship in the hand of every member, as now Icon was being pinned, but he kicked out at 1, and you see the disbelief on the head of Jerome Holland, and maybe more doubt is spreading into his mind as well. And now a power slam by Ace Icon. But maybe they just don't want to have a leader. Maybe they're all equal. But I mean, in my own defense, I've seen people calling themselves equal to one another, and then the backstab happens, and it's just not a pretty sight. And now Ace Icon is waiting for John Dreamfield to get back up, and he's hooking the legs. He's hooking the legs. The pedigree. A pedigree, the face buster that hooked his head. There was no protection for John Dreamfield. And now he spears Jerome Holland off the apron. And now he's going to pin the former UCW World Champion. 1, 2, and 3. And we have new champions. We have new UCW Tag Team Champions, Ed.
I know the Dreamfield, his head is somewhere else, but I didn't expect this here tonight. And I have to say, although it's going to be reluctantly, congratulations to Icon on defeating the Johnnies for the Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, congratulations, because those beautiful Tag Team Championships will now belong to Icon. Congratulations, and we'll be right back with the 4th match of this evening.
Stay on all night like porch lights. Let's do it. Fuck talking. We out here, we ballin', and I'm spraying at these rusty niggas like WD-40. We fucked up, we trucked up. No ifs, ands, or but fuck. Bitch niggas go behind your back like nunchucks, and that's fucked up. But my hoes down, my cups up, my niggas down for whatever. These bitches think they too fly, but tell them hoes I pluck feathers. I'm Tunchi, young Tunchi, I wear truck fit, fuck Gucci. She blonde.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Extreme Championship.
Championship is on the line here tonight. And in looking at the opposition, I can say that the champion will have quite the hill to climb in this one. And for him, he's looking at a potentially career-altering opportunity here tonight. You're absolutely right, Michael. A win here tonight not only makes him champion, but can change his whole life as well. Once you get gold on your way, that's when the big bucks start coming in.
Is my name.
When I pull up on a hater, watch a hater fall back. I'm too good with these hands, watch a hater fall flat. If I die, all I know, I'm a motherfucking legend. It's so great for my city. I'm the realest one that's repping. Oh my God, oh my God.
All right, there we go. It seems
Can you
like
fight Sven? This is not can you fight Waldo, but can you fight Dirty Dutch?
there he is. There he is. And Sven immediately with an overhead belly to belly right here on Travvy T. And Travvy T is still in his entrance gear. And Sven Pieneman is fighting for his life. Sven, he just came out of the shower. That was where all the steam came from.
That's what all the purple steam. He has weird steam. We don't know how it works, but it doesn't matter.
Purple shower.
Oh,
and now Sven with Travvy T with a running Death Valley driver. And now he goes for the pinfall on the Legends champion. And a kick out at 1.
Let this man, you know, I don't like Travvy T, but let him at least get the bad robe off.
Let him disrobe. Let him disrobe. And that's usually not something I say to men. And our back body drop right to the floor. And now Sven, he is fired up. He is fired up. Sven Pieneman is fired up. No, he's not Dirty Dutch. He only wants to be called Sven. He said so himself, Ed.
Sven, Dirty Dutch, whoever the hell he wants to call himself, we know him as he is. I mean, his entrance gear is still
the dirtiest player in the Dutch game.
Exactly. Oh, and Travvy T is
but the question is, Travvy T, what is he doing? With a baseball slide right through the ropes. Very nicely done here by Travvy T.
The Legends champion.
Yeah, and he was lucky that Sven was lucky that he didn't bash his head at the end of that announce table.
He almost did.
He almost did, yeah.
Hair's difference, and now Travvy is running, removing top part of the house. But look at the beautiful logo! Don't destroy that. Look at those announce tables. Look at them. Look at this, Sonny.
I am looking.
I mean, we're sitting behind one, so you don't have to look that
Yeah,
far.
well, we're sitting near the entrance ramp. We're not sitting near.
I know you don't have to tell me that.
I'm just telling our viewers. I mean, they can't see us. I'm just giving them some visual representation of where we are.
We are
And
invisible?
Sven is contemplating if he should be on the apron or in the ring, waiting for Travvy. And now again, throwing him sternum first
I think he
into
wants
the
to do
announce table.
something completely different. And is he gonna do that? Well, it seems like he is. He's gonna throw Travvy through the announce table with a power bomb.
Incredible. Sven Pieneman or Dirty Dutch. Dirty Sven is not holding back here tonight.
Sven? What? Well,
We're just
no
combining
Travvy
the two
showered,
now.
So
Dutch Pieneman here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dirty Sven now on the top rope with an elbow drop right to the back. How dirty of him. He wasn't even aware of it. That is just how dirty Sven is tonight. And now a new fast press into the pin. The pinfall. The 2. And the 3. No. Kick out at 2. At
we
9-9.
still didn't have a roll.
Oh,
Travvy.
and it's just in the face.
That's
Travvy T is just
disrespect.
taunting in the face of Dirty Sven.
So much. I'm getting confused with all these names. Dirty Sven. We have Dutch.
I mean, it could be a name for a sex position, but Jesus Christ. Have you tried the Dirty Sven yet with Sandy? With Johnnies Stars? Have you tried the Dirty Sven?
Who is Sandy? I don't know any Sandy.
That's the twin sister of Janie, right?
No, that's. Oh yeah, wait, that is.
You don't even know your sister-in-law, Jesus. Roll up by Sven, the most deadly move in all of UCW, and it is just not enough. Just so stupid. Well, answer in the comments below. Have you ever tried the Dirty Sven in your bedroom?
Have you tried the Dirty Sven in your life? With your wife or your lover, whatever.
Your wife, your man, your spouse, your uncle.
I mean, probably Dirty Sven is not the Dirty Sven. I mean, he's named Dirty Sven.
Yeah, he can't help it. And now a chokeslam into the backbreaker, and he is holding on and making it 1, 2, and now the third one strikes right at the lower back of Travvy T as Dirty Sven is continuing his onslaught against clean Travis.
No, not clean Travis.
The dynamic here
Oh,
is
God,
incredible.
another time.
And now
Roll
another
up.
roll up. Devastating as it is. And the third time,
my
he
God.
steals it. He steals it. He steals the Legends title. Dirty Sven has finally done it in 3
Against
years.
Clean Travvy.
In 3
Clean Travvy
whole
was so
years.
clean.
Clean Travvy.
That
He
his
didn't want
title
to
slipped
resort to
away
such
from
dirty
him.
tactics.
He was so clean that his title just, slipped away from him.
The title became more and more dirty as this match became longer and longer. And now, in 3 years of being into UCW, this is the very first title that Sven Pieneman, Dirty Sven, has ever held. Incredible.
Congratulations to Dirty Sven,
Congratulations,
Dutch
Dirty
Pieneman, Dirty Dutch, or just Sven.
You've done it, man. You've
You've
reached the
done it.
mountaintop.
What I predict will be an amazing championship run. That's a title match we're going to be talking about for ages, ladies and gentlemen.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from the Netherlands. Weighing in at 280 pounds. One half of the
Guys, the upcoming triple threat match should be nothing short of spectacular. Yeah, especially considering what a victory could do for the with the win.
You are here to stay and burn with me, a funeral fire. And we are here to revel forevermore.
And despite the fact that the title is not on the line here, I still expect the champ to come out and fight his normal fight.
I'm with you, Michael. He just likes to fight. It doesn't matter to him that the title's not on the
You
line.
just had to know all about the world, but you will never know, 'cause no one ever told you.
And his opponents, first, from Columbus, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, one half of the Marty Jannetty.
Listen to this crowd, guys. They're fired up for this one.
As well as they should be. This match has instant classics written all over it.
I have to say the level of pride he has in his game is truly impressive, guys.
Yeah, he's about as proud as a peacock, Michael. And you know what? He has every right to be.
Our season has returned.
It's been a long time. Been a long time coming. It's life or death with me, man. But you know, there's no turning back now. This is what makes me. This is what I am, Dylan.
You can hate me now,
QB,
but I won't stop now, 'cause I can't stop now.
Braveheart,
You can hate me now,
come on.
but I won't stop now, 'cause I can't stop now. You can hate me now, you can hate me now.
Do it now, do it now, do it now. Don't hate me, hate the money I see. Clothes that I buy, ice that I wear, flows that I try. Close your eyes, picture me rolling sixes, money folding, chickens, honeys that swollen, the richest. Knives get in ya, most critically a Pulitzer Prize winner, best storyteller, thug narrator, my style's greater, model data, big threat to a lot of you haters. Commentators ringside cry, watching my paper, almost a decade, quite impressive. Most of the best is in the essence.
Time, regardless of the situation.
Here we are, a triple threat match and for a spot in the Rumble. These three are all champions. In the red and black, you see Jake. He's the current two-time United States champion. Then in the green and white, we have hardcore icon Brian, and as you can guess, he is the hardcore champion. And then last but not least, in the black and white, we have Noah Youngblood, the current reigning and defending European champion. And as we all know, if you are a champion, you cannot be in the Rumble, but one of these three men is going to get an exception to that rule, because one of these three will be able to enter the Royal Rumble match in our main event later tonight, Ed. And do you have a prediction on who you think is going to the Rumble?
Well, if history tells me anything, I will say Noah Youngblood, as he is the Rookie of the Year of 2019. And
Yes,
what
he
do
certainly
rookies
is.
usually do? They build up and up and up until they become the MVP of the year. And this could very well be the year of Noah Youngblood. Oh,
Yeah, and
look
now
at
he
what
gets
hardcore icon
planted
has.
with a spine buster by
Did
Jake.
he steal a tombstone? Did he steal a tombstone from the
I'm
graveyard?
not sure what tombstone he has, but he smashes it over the head of Noah Youngblood. And now Jake Van Dijk. And now the tombstone falls out of the ring as he throws it out of the hands of Brian as he gets an uppercut right to the back of the head.
Sonny? Where else do you find tombstones? This man is a danger to society. Is that a lollipop?
And now the lollipop right in the stomach of Jake. And now Brian smashes into the stomach of Noah. And now to the back of Jake. And hardcore icon Brian knows how to handle a weapon. And now a knee to the back, the drop kick misses. And now the lollipop right to the back and he misses. And now into the Sido suplex, high angle back suplex. Very nicely done by hardcore icon as Jake rolls to the outside. And now it's just Noah and Brian. And these two have had it out for each other for a while now, Ed.
Am I the only one that's looking at the giant lollipop in the ring?
No, you're not the only one, but I'm trying to focus as a good commentator on the match at hand. Because this is a match with all risk and no reward. A reward will only be handed to 1/3 of this equation.
Wait, what is that? That's barbed
and now
wire?
a barbed wire baseball bat.
This is getting hardcore indeed. I think these weapons are hardcore icon's idea, you know. He, found it somewhere. And
there's only one. Oh, now he smashes the tombstone right over the face of Noah. And now the question is, what was more painful? The thumbtacks to the back or the tombstone to the face? We're going to ask Noah Youngblood later, right after this match. And now the baseball bat and the hardcore icon is showing why he is the icon that he says he is. But there is a lot of bad blood in this match. Famously, Brian forgetting who his opponents were, not knowing who Noah Youngblood was, not even remembering his name or that of Jake. That is just the most disrespectful thing you can imagine.
He's just toying with them. He's toying with them, as he should. Oh, the
small
roll
package now by Jake on Noah. The 1, the 2, and a kick out by Noah. As you remember, maybe you guys remember, when we went to Greece, when we went to Athens, we had a global domination of 2019 there. And we had Jake defending the European title against Noah, and he was eventually pinned by him, Ed. Noah already owns a pinfall victory over Jake, and I'm sure that Jake wants to rectify that one more time.
Yeah, who would have thought that in 2020 we will see them fight again so soon? But not with the two of them. No, is added threat, and that is of course the hardcore icon Brian. Our hardcore champion.
Yeah, our hardcore champion indeed. And again, a back suplex by Jake Van Dijk. Very nicely done. But we have to take it to a couple of moments ago when we saw backstage. We saw someone named the Butcher, Ed. And for some reason, he was with Jake backstage. He was trying to get him to shake his hand. And for some reason, something in my mind was like, I think we've seen that man before. But I just can't put my finger on it, Ed.
I have a vaguely idea who the man is.
Super kick! The super kick by hardcore icon Brian. The 1. And now Jake comes in with the top rope elbow drop. Flying in. And now a short DDT.
Breaking up
by
the pin in impressive fashion by Jake Van Dijk.
But maybe that man that calls himself the Butcher, he has a history with Jake. And maybe we are going to see that man in the Royal Rumble match later on tonight. And now hardcore icon Brian with the first pinfall. Jake was able to kick out very quickly.
Maybe that man just bought a ticket and tried to find the arena. Who knows? Nobody knows.
Maybe he was lost. We don't know. But it seemed like Jake knew who he was. It seemed
Jake
like a
with the
familiar face
lollipop.
to Jake. And now Jake officially becoming a member of the Lollipop Guild.
The Lollipop Guild?
Now he smashes that lollipop right into the back. But now Noah Youngblood smashes it into the stomach of Jake. And for some reason I think Jake and Noah are more focusing on one another than they are focusing on the hardcore icon. And I think that could play dividends to them and be a huge positive for Brian.
Not a smart idea. You cannot count the hardcore icon Brian out. Because Brian is a man that will take any opportunity he can get. And he finally added a real weapon back inside this ring with a table. Like a classic
remember when he came back at King of the Squared Circle? Remember when he came back at Civil Wars 2019 and he super kicked Mike so hard that he changed his last name? It is just that difficult. Oh, and now the hardcore icon! He just hit the referee with that baseball bat covered in barbed wire. He is crazy. He is hitting everything that moves. It is just all that possible that hardcore icon Brian didn't recognize the referee to be the referee, but thought he was one of his opponents. It is just, and now right to the face, and now Brian just falls over.
Just imagine if he fell through the table. That would have been hilarious.
Or against the table, that would have been great too. That would have been
Noah goes for the pin.
On Brian able to kick out at 2. Jake Van Dijk coming back in to make this triple threat 100% again. And now Jake throws Noah against the table. And again, you see the focus of Jake is not on Brian. And that is just, and he throws Jake into Noah. And Brian is just taking advantage after advantage of this. And the United States and European champion can't take their eyes off one another. And incredible how high of a ring IQ do you need to have to be able to focus on that and take advantage of it?
There's so much on the line here tonight, because whoever wins can also claim they are the better champion.
Yeah, out of these 3, you can take a huge step forward with your title. That's incredible. And now Brian, what is Brian going to do? Drop kick right to him, and now a drop kick, and drop kicks Noah Youngblood right through that table. Incredible. As now Noah Youngblood scrabbers or rolls to the floor. And now it's just Noah versus Brian, a match we've never seen before. Back suplex counted into the crossbody. And now Jake with a couple of elbow drops, really nicely done. And now Jake, Ed, might be looking for that TKO.
Yes, he is.
He is looking for the TKO, and he hits it. The TKO by Jake Van Dijk. But he sees Noah staggering on the floor.
Why?
And he knows he needed to check up on it, but I don't know why he didn't attack Noah. And Noah breaks up the pin eventually.
It makes no sense. He could have just went for the pin, and it would have been enough time. But no, he decides to go with a huge ripcord knee strike to the head of Jake Van Dijk as Noah goes for the pin.
And immediately Brian breaking it up though. And it seems like the focus is so less on one of the competitors. And now a very nice face buster from the torture rack position. 1, 2, and a kick out again. Brian didn't even need the help of Jake this time to kick out as Jake hits Noah with a neck breaker. But I feel like this is as much as it for bragging rights as it is for a spot in the Rumble match. A match that could give you the main event ticket to Kingdom of Immortality. Let's realize how big of a match this is. That's going to take place later tonight as Jake hits Brian again over the top of the head with the wire baseball bat and now goes to the floor. And what is Jake thinking of here?
Now, you say it's all about the Rumble spot. Yes, it is. But I don't even think that Jake and Youngblood are thinking about. They're thinking about hurting each other more than anything. Hardcore Ike and Brian just wants to win the match, but they want to just end each other here tonight.
Yeah, and now the tombstone and an axe. An axe, ladies and gentlemen. It's an axe. What the hell are these weapons? Who brought these?
I think it's a stone axe, because if it was a blade, we probably had a dead here tonight.
It is made of stone, but it's still an axe.
It is still an axe.
It's not the deodorant, it's an actual weapon.
Yeah.
And now Jake again with the tombstone. Only misses Noah just a little bit, and now he smashes another tombstone over the back. But it seems like after those thumbtacks, Noah doesn't feel the pain anymore of the tombstone. And now they're just in the test of strength with those shoulder blocks. And right in to the Argentine backbreaker. Very nice Tiger suplex, Tiger driver, I should say, maybe a little bit, by Jake Van Dijk. And now Jake ripcord, but but reversed by Noah. Now a kick, a smash to the back by Hardcore Icon Brian, who takes Noah and plants him with a nice back suplex.
The chops and the punches, trying to get Jake down. He's gonna end it.
Oh, the zigzag! Very nicely done here by Hardcore Icon Brian. Going for the pin here on Jake. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Jake.
So
almost
close.
Hardcore Icon Brian going to the Rumble.
The closest pinfall we've seen here in this match.
Oh,
and
now
again, the referee.
the referee is not taking the best position in this match, but he's able to get up back faster than he ever would have. And now a top rope back factor. Very nicely done. As Noah Youngblood is looking on the outside, looking for more weapons as he brings in yet another table. The second one of this match here, guys.
They really like the table.
Oh, as a Hardcore Icon Brian was looking for something but got caught with the STO. And now it's just Noah and Jake, just how they want it. Just the two of them.
Just the two of them.
They can try it every time, just the two of them. And now, the TKO! TKO on Noah Youngblood by Jake. TKO on Noah Youngblood
But he's
by Jake
him
Van
back
Dijk.
up.
Yeah, because Jake wants to punish him even further.
But you should win the match. It is about winning the match. And Brian throws the table outside for some reason. You should want to end the match.
Yeah, but Brian is he's just observing this match. He's just watching on, and he has the time of his life.
Yeah,
just
they're not paying
looking where he
attention
wants
to
to
him.
put the table, and now he set it up.
Thinking what he wants for dinner.
Yeah, what's he going to do once he wins this match, or once he gets home? And I don't know. Snapmare takeover now on Jake. And now Brian with a kick to Youngblood, a couple of strikes to Youngblood now, kick to the stomach. And now has Youngblood in the powerbomb position. And he's going to walk with Brian, ladies and gentlemen. And now the powerbomb right through that table as now Jake comes in. And now Brian is in full control of this matchup. And now a neck breaker. Yet again, Brian is in full control, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian indeed is in full control, and every time that Jake and Noah are in the ring, they just focus on each other. Brian can just sleep. He can go to sleep right here and wait till they finally do something and take advantage of that. It's
that is basically what it comes down to, yes. Yeah. But still, it is a very weird thing to think about when you see Jake and Noah so fixated on one another. It's like they forgot what they are able to win with this match. As we are seeing a couple of clotheslines by Jake, it seems like they forgot that they can go to the Rumble of all things. The Rumble, a one-in-a-year shot at greatness, and they are just having a manly fight here. Just who is the better man? As Noah goes for the pin on Jake, and a third tombstone is being brought in by Hardcore Icon Brian, as he's trying to smash it over the head, and a second one goes over the head of Noah Youngblood. And now Brian with the pin, the two, and Jake able to break it up just in the nick of time.
Noah really needs to be checked up after this. I think he will have brain damage, permanent brain damage after this one. Having two tombstones just broken over his head. And now finally we're going to see something else. We're going to see Brian and Jay going at it with a zigzag once again. Picking it back up.
Yeah, you can say a lot about the Hardcore Icon, but he is in full control of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. He knows what he's doing. He's using his high ring IQ, and now he's even unbuckling a turnbuckle, all fine and well in a triple threat match. There is no disqualification. There is no DQ. The only win can be attained by pinfall or submission. As now Noah Youngblood has him on his shoulders, and now again that inverted face buster out of the torture rack position. Now Noah Youngblood goes for the pinfall on Hardcore Icon Brian as Jake with as little strength as he has, Ed, was able to break it up.
Exactly, and now it's going to a swinging neck breaker. Nicely done by Jake. The judge really showing that his new attitude. What the hell? Just look at the kip up by Noah Youngblood.
Oh,
and immediately.
And that, I mean, great missile drop kick by hardcore icon Brian. And now Brian and Noah added for singles competition right here, a singles match.
Well, it can only be a singles match for so long until Jake gets back into the ring.
Yeah, and Noah now throws him into the ropes yet again, and now Jake comes in, kicks him in the back, and now Jake, TKO! The second TKO! But now Brian being the ultimate opportunist with the suplex, and Noah still out from the second TKO he was hit with. Brian, 1, 2, and 3! Brian wins, Ed. Brian wins, he stole the pin.
The only man that actually wants to win this match has won the damn match. Are you surprised, Sonny? I'm not surprised. This is the man that knew what he was going for and not just fighting each other forever. I know the fans want to see it, they want to see them fight forever, but Brian did what Brian had to do. Pick his opportunity. Pick the moment that he knew the match was over, so he took his spot.
Yeah, well, he certainly did, and that means later on tonight we are going to see hardcore icon Brian in the Royal Rumble match. Congratulations. And I think, and this is just a thought, but I think this rivalry between Jake and Noah is far from over.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Television Championship.
We are Legion, for we are many.
Alright, the 6th match on the card for the UCW television champion. It is student and apparent UCW talent Samuel versus the television championship holder, member of Legion of Blackguard, the drunken master himself, Stephan Bass.
Did you say student and parents? Are you saying Steve?
Apparent. Listen to my vocabulary.
Yeah, sure.
Listen.
I think you said that,
there's only two people. There's only two people. Two people. Stephan Bass is not the dad. I mean, maybe he is, but listen, look at Stephan Bass go. Look at Stephan Bass. He's just going crazy.
He's showing him the ropes.
And immediately a powerbomb by Samuel into the pin, then a kick out into the double leg Boston Crab.
I mean, look at this student. He doesn't even own wrestling gear yet. He just,
he comes in his student gear. This is his high school uniform.
Oh my God, what is going on here?
This is incredible. Incredible, actually. This is just magic. Student. He is the drunken master. He's not the drunken student.
No, he's not the drunken student yet. I mean, it has to happen, right? If he wants to step in the shoes of his master, then he should become the drunken student. But it doesn't look like this man drinks at all. It looks like he just came out of his mama's basement.
And now a roll-up by Stephan Bass, the most dreaded move in his arsenal. That's where he won the UCW Television Championship, remember? At Snowpocalypse when he won the title from Justin.
I know. That's why you used it. I know something.
I'm just asking if you knew.
Another punches to the head, and now, we've seen this time and time again.
And now an inverted Alabama slammer. Very nicely done.
Top rope. Wow!
And now a shooting star press by Stephan Bass. Incredible!
We've seen him do a shooting star press.
I think that's the first time he ever tried one. I think he just went up there and he's just like, well, we'll see what happens.
Probably. That's quite possible.
A very nice gut buster to follow it up with.
So we could, of course, talk about what these men said to each other, but Stephan Bass did a video, or he tried to shoot a video. It took him like 9 takes, and he just fell asleep at the end.
Yes.
So I don't know what to say about Stephan Bass. This man was like, okay, I need one more sip, and had a sip, and then just fell asleep.
I think it's incredible to see someone like Samuel, who's still just a rookie in UCW, just try to take one of the champions down like that, as we see a nice belly-to-belly from said champion. But he's also taken a very big stand against the alcohol abuse that Stephan Bass put his body through time and time again.
But okay, he's the student of Stephan Bass, yes?
No, he's a student in general. He's not specifically the student of Stephan Bass.
Yes, he is. He's the student.
Oh, the sunset flip. That's a roll-up. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But Samuel hadn't counted.
But how can you see a drunken man that falls asleep in his own video as a master?
Listen, I do not know that. The only thing I know is that is what Samuel said. He said that Stephan Bass should stop drinking and his life would prosper. Well, I don't know about you, and I still think that Stephan Bass drinks way too much as he goes into the superplex and pulls through into the Falcon Arrow with a pinfall combination. And the referee is he's just not wanting to pin. He doesn't want to pin Samuel.
He probably smelled the alcohol and was just like, ooh, I like that smell.
He just became a little bit intoxicated from the breath of Stephan Bass alone. Holy crap. I wonder if we can ever get a policeman into UCW to do a breathalyzer test on Stephan Bass, and I wonder how high his profile would be.
That device will explode like the Scouter exploded with over 9,000. Look at that reference.
The alcohol level in his blood is over 9,000. Incredible. But now Samuel, after being hit by a superplex, the student of UCW will try to beat the master with a superplex to the floor. Incredible stuff here, Ed.
Where did you learn that?
I don't know. This is not something that you learn by hitting the books. Figuratively or literally, you can't learn this.
I don't know
what
kind of high school that is, but yeah.
Well, if you listen to his theme song, apparently they're all in this together, so a very competitive high school. And probably the one with the most concussions. As now Samuel goes for the cover on the champion, and the champion was able to roll his shoulder up.
You can almost call it because he's in high school, yeah. They all do it together, and the music was musical, so you can almost say
music was
that it's
musical.
high school.
What an incredible insight here from Ed Ultimo.
It's high school musical.
That's the best analogy. You could have said the music had sound, and I would have been like, oh, all right.
Oh my God, look
that sounds logical. Lariat, right to the back of the head. 1, 2, and 3, and just like that, Samuel's out by Stephan Bass, and he retains his UCW television title.
While the student did not become the master here tonight, he still has a lot of drinking to do to become as his master.
A lot of drinking to do. He is just, you are not listening to his matches. Samuel is just like Azraël, trying to proclaim a message.
He's lying. He's lying. He's straight up lying. He was probably drunk while telling
Listen, you were just trying to tell me that his music had sound. I'm not taking anything that you say for granted anymore tonight.
You should.
All right, congratulations, Stephan Bass, as we are going to move on towards our next match, and we'll see you there.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
are legion, for we are many.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, had us all led to this. One of the biggest matches in UCW history, one of the biggest grudge matches, one of the most personal matches. Of course, there's another personal match on its way. Of course, my tag team partner on commentary will be in it. And your match is still coming up. One of the most personal matches we've ever seen in UCW.
I know.
But this match has to be up there as well, as it will be for that World Heavyweight Championship. It is around the right shoulder of Dylan Mason, and he is going to hand it over to our senior referee.
Will it be the last time he holds it?
Yeah, and he is giving it a good look at Azraël, and Azraël knows what he's fighting for. He's not even looking at the championship. He's looking right through the championship at Dylan Mason. You saw it in his eyes, Ed. This is just one of the weirdest transitions of character I have ever seen in a competitor, and it is alive here right now.
Look
and
at this.
They're just looking at one another. No one is batting an eye, and Mason is just pouting in his own greatness, and now he just takes Adrian on his shoulders. Psychotic knee, the knee by Mason immediately on Azraël. The one. The two! And a kick out. Azraël fighting out of the first knee, but one knee is not enough, but a second one will finish the job. And
Mason
look at
is
Mason.
just waiting.
Look at Mason. Mason is just taunting. He is just biding his time. And this already feels like a very different match than their famous Last Words match in 2019.
Oh, wait.
And now, the highlight by Azraël on Mason. And there he goes for the pinfall, for the world title. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Mason as well. Incredible. And now Azrael's mimicking Mason here. He's very impatient, Ed.
I think he can't believe it. He can't believe that the highlight wasn't enough.
Yeah, maybe so, maybe, but it you know how much as he follows it up with a flapjack. You know how much Azraël had Mason in his mind. You saw it. You saw the videos that came up on UCW. You saw it every time that Azraël was talking. His tone changed. His voice changed. You saw you heard Mason as he was trying to take him out of his mind.
The man in the mirror of Azrael's head, Dylan Mason. That is how you can tell this story. But there's so much that happened. The friendship of Galki and Azraël seemed to crumble. And Mason says it's Azrael's own fault. Mason now, what is he going for? Well, we don't see him doing that a lot.
And now a standing moonsault by Dylan Mason. Incredible that he is able to pull off something that quick and immediately goes back into the folding position. And now a kick to the back by Azraël. And I think this is going to be one of the longer UCW World Championship matches that we have ever had here. And now a striking combination and follows it up with the Meteora. And immediately into that folding position with his knees. Incredible how composed Mason is. The stature of Mason is far better than Azraël's. Azraël is usually so focused, usually so calm, but ever since he had that rivalry with Mason, since Mason took him out of the World Championship picture, Azraël has become more frantic in the ring, more undecisive, and Mason is taking full advantage of that fact, Ed.
He is. He's been in the head of Azraël for such a long time, for months now, ever since that dreaded steel cage match.
Yeah, now Azraël follows it up with a ripcord shoulder tackle and now takes him up on his shoulders into a flapjack from the fireman's carry position. Very nicely done by Azraël. And what we've noticed, we have noticed a little bit of a dissension, of the falling apart of the Sweet Beautiful Sunshine, because we can't mention Azraël without mentioning Galki and the struggle they've been through ever since losing the UCW Tag Team Championships to Jerome, Holland and John Dreamfield last month, when Azraël has blamed Galki for losing the titles. Which, what do you think of the claims of Azraël, Ed, that it was Galki's fault that they lost the titles?
Well, he has a point there, but wait a minute.
And now Mason...
I'll continue my train of thought.
Mason now through the ropes into the tornado DDT. Incredible. But continue your thought, Ed.
Tricks that we don't see a lot from Mason, but here we have it. He is showing that he indeed is also a top-notch wrestler. But I was talking about that Galki just stood there. Galki wanted it to fail. He wanted it because he wanted Azraël to go after his demons. And his demon is the man that we see here tonight, Dylan Mason. And he's fighting him for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, yes and no. Did Galki do it for Azraël, or did he do it for himself to get back to where he wants to be?
Yeah, and that is probably the question that is on the mind of Azraël as well. But I think he has a lot of more problems on his way because the noise and he gets put through the announce table by Dylan Mason right here, right now. And, you know, we've talked about the Tag Team Championships, which is why I ask you, what is your professional opinion? Because you've been in a tag team for so long. You know the ups and downs of being in a tag team, Ed. I'm not going to punish you with that, but I just wanted your professional opinion because you know a lot more of it than I do.
It reminded me of what Rainbow did to me, just standing there and walking away. But Galki just stood there. And Galki maybe did it for a reason, but wait a minute. A 9 count.
A 9 count and Azraël just able to get back in it. And back in it he goes, but the barrage and of assault by Mason doesn't stop. And now the clothesline. And another clothesline. And now ducks the clothesline by Mason. And follows it up with a turtle roll backbreaker. Very nicely done here by Azraël. And again, Azraël looking for something that he used against Galki in that Hell in a Cell. The spear, trying to put Mason in half. The 1, the 2, and a kick out by Mason after that spear.
Azraël cannot believe it that Mason keeps kicking out of his big moves. But he's not done yet.
Oh, no, he's not done yet because he's going to follow it up with the highlight. The second highlight of this match. 1, 2, 3. No. Mason kicks out. Mason kicks out yet again. And now Mason kips up. And what is Mason going to do now?
Up.
A couple of back elbows. A couple of shoulder blocks. Dutches the clothesline. And now a flying clothesline of his own by Mason. And if we have to talk about the Sweet Beautiful Sunshine, we have to talk about 1.5 weeks ago when Mason was in the main event against Galki for the world title. And a lot of people thought, myself included, maybe even Ed, we thought it was going to happen, that Galki was fumbling up to hit a life lesson as Mason hits the top rope elbow drop. But then out of nowhere, Azraël came in and hit Mason into the back of the head, causing a DQ win for Mason. Psychoetic knee! Again, the knee strike. He holds the arms of Azraël. His head wide exposed with the knee right to the side of the face.
Even more brutal than the first one. Right on that knee brace. But he's not pinning him.
No, he is not pinning him indeed. Mason just wants to punish Azraël. And now Azraël on the top rope. What's he going for here? What's Mason going for? Oh my god, what a top rope slam. And it seems like even Mason had trouble keeping his balance after that one. The 2 count and a 2.5 kick out by Azraël. And this is just, what do you think of the mindset of Mason? How do you think the mindset of Mason is in this whole deal? Because he's kind of been fought in the middle.
He's keeping composed, but he's also showing exactly what the championship means to him. It almost seems like he wants Azraël to become angry, to become more aggressive, to show how much he wants it, to become his own motivation again. As Mason said, he is the success of Azraël.
Yeah, Mason is taking a lot of credit for what's happening with Mason here tonight. Or what's happening with Azraël, I should say. Mason taking a lot of credit for that. And of course, we must not forget that it was this pay-per-view last year where Mason returned and took his rise, began his rise, I should say, to the top of the mountain. And now Azraël clotheslines Mason to the outside.
Azraël go for the top rope.
Yeah, what is Azraël thinking here? The splash right on the face of Mason on the floor. An incredible splash. Now following it up with the elbow. But do you remember it, Ed? Do you remember sitting at home because you weren't on commentary back then? Do you remember sitting at home watching the Rumble and watching Mason getting in at number 30? It was an incredible feeling, an incredible pop. The biggest one of the night came for Mason and his return to the promised land, to UCW.
I remember it exactly. I was in the crowd. I was watching, and the moment he arrived, the crowd erupted. But was it for good reason or not? Because look what he's done since that moment.
Look what he's done. Look at his battle with Dirty Dutch, now known as Dirty Sven, at Kingdom of Immortality. Then going into the Diamond Cup, almost winning. Then eventually, after a long road, getting that one-on-one singles opportunity for the world title. And it was what he wanted it to be. And he grabbed the title from Bill Nemeth. And double stomp here by Mason. But you can't exclude the fact that it was all in Azrael's mind his fault that Mason even had that shot, because it was Azrael's shot at the world title, then champion Connor Boyd, and Mason was the one who took that championship shot from him back in September by injuring him, by not letting him compete.
I know, I mean, it was...
The 8 count, and Mason breaking the count once more.
Well, Mason wants to end this match at least, well, maybe not fair, but as fair as he can in between the rules. Let's go for a knee strike and a German suplex.
Yeah, and this is becoming more gruesome by the minute as Mason is taking over this matchup. Because in the 3 years that I have been in UCW, I have never seen this side of Azraël. The only side of Azraël we've seen is the friendly, cheerful side, and he now gets speared through the barricade by Dylan Mason. The world champion is in full control here, Ed.
At this very moment, he is indeed in full control. The demon of Azraël is putting him down.
Yeah, he certainly is just. He is just merciless here against Azraël, and I can understand that the frustration, the guilt that Azrael's feeling towards the UCW roster, towards the UCW fans, because he knows deep down that if he just would have taken the pin, or if he just would have escaped the cage, that he could have won, that he could have had a win over Mason and go on, and maybe he would have been world champion now. It wouldn't have been Mason versus Bill in the main event of Civil Wars. It would have been Azraël, and now Azraël with the highlight again on Mason, and will it be enough? 1, 2. And a kick out again by Mason. Again, Mason just keeps getting out of the highlight. And Azraël, you see him thinking. You see him scratching his head. You see his hands going up in his hair again. What does he need to do to put Mason away?
No, I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing the rage. I'm seeing the frustration. I'm seeing all the pent-up aggression of this whole this month.
Yeah. And that frustration that is coming out, and it's growing over Dylan Mason, and Mason now even busted open on the forehead, red blood gushing out of the forehead of Dylan Mason, ladies and gentlemen, as Azraël is going mental on the world champion with a top rope Frankensteiner.
Have you ever seen Azraël dismantle? Because I sure...
No, I haven't seen him. The only reason I could think of, or only match I could think of, was his match with Galki last year at Kingdom of Immortality. That's the only match I've ever seen of more an aggressive Azraël. It has never dawned on me that this aggression could be pent up back in Azraël.
Yeah, that's all because of the mind games, all because Mason was so long inside his head, took the biggest opportunity of his life away from him. Now it's finally time to react that revenge.
Yeah, well, very nicely said indeed. And now, Azraël, what's he thinking of? What is he going to do, Ed? Is he toying with Mason? Is he trying to let Mason see that he's in full control now?
I think it's just he just snaps. That's really what I think. I mean, the elbow drops constantly jumping. It seems like he just wants to end this nightmare that he had for so long now. And now the two battle warriors are
exchanging forearms here. As only they can, and almost getting to their knees. They're staggering, and now Azraël goes in with a couple of forearms, a couple of shots here to Mason. And now Mason follows it up with a knee strike. And this match is becoming more and more personal as it goes longer. Each and every second, each and every minute that passes by, Ed.
See, they're exhausted after everything they put each other through.
Oh, and now the referee goes down, and now a float over into that neck breaker, but the referee, luckily for them, is back up already.
Azraël is not that heavy. It's okay. It's fine.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, one of the most light heavyweighted superstars we have in UCW. If you compare him to ones like Marcus Phoenix or Big Brom, he's certainly not the heaviest we got. And now an exploder suplex right into the corner by Dylan Mason. Right, this is look at Mason just taunting Azraël, just falling on his knees, mocking the challenger for the world title. And that is Mason now pointing the finger right at the head. And now Azraël, what is Azraël thinking? What is he going for? The spinning highlight, holy shit, Azraël, 1, 2, 3, holy shit, Azraël is the new world heavyweight champion. And what has happened? What was that spinning on Prettier?
That is something we've never seen. And Azraël must have thought to himself, I need something new, I need something different. The highlight isn't doing it, it's just not working. The spear isn't working, I need something else, something Mason has never felt in his life. And that is this spinning version of the highlight. And that makes him the new world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, incredible to see. Azraël has just overcome his demons, his personal nightmares, and now he's rocking that championship like only Azraël can. Congratulations, we have a new world heavyweight champion.
Algo en tu cara me fascina, algo en tu cara me da vida.
Será tu sonrisa, será tu sonrisa.
Algo en tu cara me fascina, algo en tu cara me da vida.
Será tu sonrisa, será tu sonrisa.
¡Qué pena!
My co-commentator Ed Ultimo has just made his entrance into the ring, and let me welcome one more honorary member of the UCW commentary team. It's Calvin Dolderson from the board of directors. How are you doing, man? Have you been enjoying the pay-per-view so far?
Yeah, I've been backstage and I've seen some quality matches, and now I'm here to help you with this match because Ed, of course, is in the ring.
Yeah, of course. So I can't do commentary by myself. I mean, I have done it a couple of times, but it is much more fun to do it with somebody sitting beside you. As we now see this feud, this rivalry, this is suspended multiple months of just tearing each other apart, and now a 2 out of 3 falls match, might I add, inside the confines of a Hell in a Cell. So let's see what this is going to bring us, as we see a tour of the islands by the Wolf of UCW. It is very difficult, at least for me, to not call him the Wolf of UCW. Or I should say, not to call him Rainbow Wolf.
Yeah, because he's been around here for a few years, and everyone has known him as the Rainbow Wolf of UCW, the fun-loving, dancing Rainbow Wolf. But
yeah, the man of the colors, the man that brought Rush the Rainbow and himself together to win those tag team championships, to become one of the most memorable tag teams. But what we've seen here, we've seen neither man go outside yet. We've not seen them use the cage to any of those events. This has just been a straight up wrestling match here, and they're just taunting one another. The chicken dance by Rainbow, and how he's dropped onto his head for a good measure by Ed Ultimo-Starz. And of course, know this, guys. This is the father of 2 children right here. And incredible, the suplex into the stunner, reversed by Rainbow. And now Rainbow is just posing. What an incredible competitor, and incredible, in the weirdest sense of the word, is Rainbow. And now he's drop kicked right on the top rope.
Ed isn't a father of 2 yet. He will become.
Yeah, all right. So I'm just way too optimistic, and just not going to wait. Oh, a 630 senton from the middle rope, might I add. Not even from the top rope, and a kick out at 1 by the Wolf of UCW. The Wolf is not ready to stay down yet. And now, what is Ed Ultimo thinking of here, guys?
We don't know, but I think Ed is thinking of putting Rainbow Wolf away, because the last time Ed did win, but is that a way to win a match, Sonny?
Well, I am certain that if you ask Ed if he's ever been satisfied with that win, he probably is going to say 0%. He has never been satisfied with that win. At least I wouldn't be. He got punched in the baby maker by Rainbow, by the Wolf. He almost took away his chances to become a father again. As you see the tiger feint kick here in the corner by Ed, and now the springboard neck breaker, and now Ed again going to the top rope, and now the Wolf goes to the outside and takes a breather.
Yeah, it was more impressive that JD was already pregnant once again after that move.
Yeah, that just goes to show. That just goes to show you the fertility of Ed. He is what an incredible baby maker.
Yeah.
Just have to say it.
I hope the babies will be better than Ed in the ring. I just have to say it, because Ed's currently being pummeled by Rainbow Wolf.
Yeah, with the very nice Samoan drop here. Very nice version of the Samoan drop, and now Rainbow again just dancing, just flexing his ass at Ed. What a disrespect here by the Wolf of UCW. And our thrust kick sends the Wolf to the ropes. Irish whip goes in with the handspring kick, right, both heels of Ed hitting the face of Rainbow, and now a springboard into the splash. Very nicely done here. And now Ed goes for the cover, the 1, the 2, and a kick out at 2.5.
Close one. Ed almost got a legitimate win over Rainbow Wolf this time.
Just a step quicker.
Yeah, it was a very close win indeed, yes. Very close near fall here. Now following it off with an uppercut, and then another tour of the islands, just like Rainbow did in the beginning of this matchup.
Striking blow.
And Ed is going up. What goes up must go down, and a power bomb on Ed from Rainbow Wolf.
He knew walking in that Hell in a Cell was punishing on the body.
And a big throw from Rainbow Wolf on Ed.
Yeah, you can see that Ed is struggling here against Wolf, but again, just like the World Championship match that we saw before, you see a very nice face wash, big boot of Rainbow, we see a very different match. Both men aren't in a hurry. They want to finish it with this match. This needs to be the last match between Ed and Rainbow, and they know it. As Ed is crawling towards the ropes, and now, that's a rainbow-colored baseball bat that Rainbow is taking in the ring, and now he's just pummeling Ed with it. He just bowled him over, so to say. It looked like a car hit Ed, and now just again right to the back of the head. And what symbolism does a rainbow baseball bat hold in this match, Calvin?
Well, he's just not taking shots literally, but he's taking shots on another whole level at Ed. Just the mind games coming into play, and Rainbow
I'm just trying right now to take a better look at that bat, but it's just one color. It's red like a crimson mask red that you would see once a superstar has been busted open. It's very weird. And now a kendo stick brought in by Rainbow, and a lollipop and now the kendo stick right to the back as Ed turned his back to Rainbow, and that is not something that Ed should be doing. He thought maybe just a little bit that Rainbow would take a fair fight, that he could have his own weapon, but no, he doesn't. No, he does not. And now again, Rainbow flexing his muscles to the UCW fans.
Poor Ed. And a reversal, and there's some life left in Ed. And
Ed is not ready to give up. He's not fighting for himself. He's also fighting for his family. And now a top rope Hurricane Rana coming in.
And a pinfall.
Very nicely done. Ed going into the pinfall, goes to the 2, and the kick out by Rainbow. But again, a close near fall.
And Ed is pacing around. He just can't wait for Rainbow Wolf to stand up again.
Now Ed and Rainbow, they are striking. Oh my God! What the hell was that? Calvin,
exactly my
look
thought.
at that.
What the hell was that?
He just pummeled him. Holy shit, it looks like the soul of Ed came out with that discus punch. Incredible by the Wolf of UCW. 2 and 3, and the first fall goes to Rainbow Wolf. It is 1-0 for the Wolf of UCW.
I just got some real Street Fight vibes from that move.
Yeah, it's incredible. Wrestling is incredible, we know it. And we've seen it yet again, and I'm also looking better at that kendo stick. It looks like a candy cane. A lot of symbolistic weapons here, and now both Ed and Rainbow bring in a table to this match, Calvin.
But Rainbow Wolf isn't waiting for Ed to come in. He's just making sure Ed does
he
come
is
in.
bringing Ed into the ring with an exploder superplex.
With all those weapons in the ring, this doesn't look very great for Ed, because Rainbow Wolf is just playing around.
And now Rainbow again flexing, but this time Ed is there to break it up with a back suplex here.
And there goes the lollipop. And Ed is pummeling Rainbow Wolf with a lollipop.
Yeah, the colors of the rainbow are on that lollipop, and he is smashing it into the back of Rainbow. A lot of symbolism here by Ed Ultimo. You know what that stands for. You know it stands for the good times they had with the Glorious Desperado connection, when they were on top fighting for the tag team titles, when they were in that first ever fatal 4-way ladder match back in June of 2019. This is just all the pent-up frustration that Ed has been feeling ever since he has been betrayed by Rainbow, and he follows it up with a tornado DDT.
There goes the candy cane.
Now he picks up the candy cane, and now he's just going to smash that into the stomach of Rainbow, to the back of Rainbow, to the lower back, to the legs, everywhere. And now he picks up the table that Rainbow brought in. I'm sorry, I know he wants to be called the Wolf, but it's just so difficult after being Rainbow for almost 3 years, Calvin. It's just hard for me to make that transition. as we see an uppercut and a drop kick.
Just if you see the Wolf, it's just even his outfit has still some colors on it, so it's so difficult to just not make him Rainbow Wolf.
And now a running senton avoided by Rainbow. And now a power slam right on that candy cane. And a little bit on the table as well. And now Rainbow throws Ed to the floor. And he's just dominating right now, Rainbow. Again, showing that this is his ring of UCW.
He is in full control. And of course, he has 1 point in this match. He missed a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah,
so
he is already on match point, and Ed is not even close yet.
But Ed is still showing some life in him.
Yeah, he of course got a little bit of breathing room to make sure that he got in 100%, not groggy or anything. And now, the referee got bowled over. And now the second table is being set up right at the other table. And this could become very dangerous, Calvin. This could become very dangerous.
And Ed is feeling it. Ed is hinting.
Oh, the pancake tombstone here by Ed. Will it be enough to get the 1-1, the 2, the 3? Yes, it is 1-1 in this 2 out of 3 falls match.
And now, who is going to secure the win? And Rainbow Wolf bounces off the
incredible punch. Incredible Street Fighter punch yet again, this time by Ed Ultimo. We saw it from Rainbow once, and now we see it from the bro of UCW.
But how will Ed follow it up? He has the momentum on his side. Can he put Rainbow Wolf again away for a second pay-per-view in a row? And some wild punches from both men. A lot of misses and one connects and Rainbow Wolf no. And a reversal by Ed. And a reversal by Rainbow Wolf. And a reversal by Ed. And Ed's taking control of this match.
Yeah, he is taking control. Yes, he is. And now again, now a reversal by Rainbow, and now he throws Ed into the ropes, into the steel cage, I should say. And it seems like Ed has been busted open, and now and they are just manhandling one another.
The blood is pouring out of Ed right now.
And now thrown over the steel steps that are on the side of the ring.
They are making full use of the cell. And of course, this is the second Hell in a Cell match of the night.
Yeah, of course, we already saw one at the beginning of the night with Dave Williams and Justin, but I have seen a lot of things in that match, but I am seeing new things in this match, and that's just the incredible versatility that all wrestlers in UCW possess. They all have a different set of skills, and these two have the unique skill to beat each other up to a pulp every time they see one another in the ring.
The most recent example was Rainbow Wolf bashing open Ed's head with a bottle at his own place.
Yeah, we saw that. It's one of the most graphic videos that UCW has ever seen when Ed Ultimo came to the house because he thought deep down, maybe he knew that it was a trap. Maybe he knew that it shouldn't have been something that he should have wanted. But he wanted to believe. He wanted to believe that Rainbow wanted to get back together, that he wanted to put the past behind him, then let bygones be bygones. But he got smashed over the head with a Desperado bottle. The most disrespectful thing that Rainbow could have ever done to Ed Ultimo. And he just did it with no remorse. And now it seems like they are going to leave the cage. Of course, the cage still open from that first Hell in a Cell match. It hasn't been repaired yet. And now Rainbow is climbing to the middle. And now Ed... I think Ed is meeting him up there.
Wolf is trying to punch Ed off, of course.
Yeah, he hit him. He hits him once more. Ooh, and now Ed hits one of his own to Rainbow. And now he's face first Rainbow, and Rainbow comes crashing down. And now Rainbow is down, ladies and gentlemen. And Ed is the one who is standing tall right now. He is climbing to the top of the mountain, climbing to the top of the cell.
And
so let's see what's going to happen now.
How dangerous it is to be up there And who's that? Oh my god, I know that man. I know that man.
Who is it? Calvin, who is that?
It is my former co-commentator. It's Peter Peter.
Peter?
Peter is climbing the cell. What is he
What the frick
doing
is
here?
Peter doing here?
It is, of course, no disqualifications. But
Yeah, well, I know that. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, what is Peter doing here, Calvin? You know him. You've been on commentary with the dude.
He is helping his leader. Of course, he is helping Rainbow Wolf. But Ed is...
He's not doing much of an help right now. He's being
He
battered here.
Ed. Rainbow Wolf is recovering. And Peter is sacrificing his body so Rainbow Wolf can climb up as well.
I think so, but oh, Jesus, he's dropping him on his neck very dangerously here, might I add.
Peter.
Hurricane Rana here, head scissors takeover, I should say, now following it up. And now Ed is looking for something big here, guys. He's looking for something to finish it up with.
And he's finishing off Peter so he can...
Pro down here by Ed Ultimo on Peter. And now Rainbow's still looking from the floor. He's not even doing anything.
Rainbow Wolf is enjoying this because Ed is just wasting his energy on this Peter guy who's just getting pummeled by Ed.
I'm sorry guys, I just called it a bro down. I should have called it look at my bro as the pro of Rainbow Wolf comes crashing down right in the face of Rainbow. And look at the face of Rainbow. And Rainbow is down. He's still has not recovered fully yet. But we saw Peter come crashing down through that announce table. And now Rainbow Wolf, after Ed has been fighting with Peter, now Rainbow is making his way up. But he has had a significant time to recover, as Calvin said.
And Ed has wasted his energy on Peter, so it was a great tactic from Rainbow Wolf and Peter, if I might add.
Yeah, you might add it, but this is just plain old crazy. How I know the whole thing with Follow the Leader. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think that the Wolf was actually going to lead a pack here in UCW. I wasn't sure that was ever going to happen. He seemed like
Peter wonders that this was his leader the last time I talked to him, so he did back up his words finally.
Yeah, well, but this is the most frantic time to have ever done it, as we see Ed deadlifting the Wolf into a gut-wrench sit-out power bomb. Very nicely done.
I just think I saw the cell botch a little bit. And Ed is just keeping the pressure on Rainbow Wolf.
Yeah, incredible. Again, look at my bro. Again hitting it, this time on the top of the Hell in a Cell, and it hasn't buckled yet, but I have to say that Ed is looking very formidable, and all the momentum is in his corner right now, and he has done so very much.
Ed doesn't just finish him off, Ed. Oh no!
The low blow, just like we saw at New Dawn. But this time it won't be a DQ because this is a Hell in a Cell. And oh my God! Again, the devastating discus punch as Ed went flying. Something went flying with Ed. Maybe it was his spirit, his determination. But,
Sonny, it's just luck that Ed just stayed on the cell. I was afraid he just was.
I was afraid he was going to fall off too. Yeah, I was very afraid that it might happen. And
Rainbow again!
He is just punishing Ed. This is becoming unwatchable, Calvin.
Yes, indeed. Poor Ed getting pummeled over. Will we see the end? Or is Rainbow Wolf not finished yet with Ed?
Well, I'm not sure, but I know that the final pinfall needs to take place in that ring. And the only way to get there is to go down
slamming.
And oh, the cell's buckling, guys. The cell is buckling as we speak.
Oh no.
And he is going for it again. And Rainbow is just on that teetering steel. You can see it has buckled. And now he's just trying to make an example out of the ultimate bro. There he goes. And that goes storming through the two tables. He goes crashing down through those tables that are still standing in the ring. And how ironic is it that it was Ed? It was Ed who stacked those tables. And he is the one who ends up going through them as the referee is standing in awe. And this has got to be it. On top of the tables, Ed is being pinned by Rainbow, and it is done. Rainbow Wolf wins the 2 out of 3 falls. Hell in a cell match, guys.
I'm speechless. We just witnessed a murder in the middle of the ring, Sonny.
Yeah, I thought that Hell in a Cell matches were brutal, but after seeing this match, this was like a sacrifice from the wolf to the gods. This has just been incredible to see and witness. And I hope that Ed and there is Peter, not with a scratch. And Rainbow Wolf is going to party with his pack. Look at him go. But
he has, sacrificed.
And let's not forget that the next match is going to be the main event, in which a main eventer is going to be placed for the Rumble match. And
we don't even have time to recover from that match.
No, we don't.
We just
we
go
don't
on
have
to
any
the Rumble
time.
match. Holy
Here
shit.
we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Let's hear the rules.
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start in the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order that they drew. This will continue until all 10 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when a superstar is thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble.
All right, we're back. We heard the rules for our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Royal Rumble match. Who will be number 1?
Oh
my
God.
That music, that can only mean one thing. It is the one that we know. The one that mostly called himself handsome. It is Mike Hazard.
Mike Hazard.
For us all, it is Mike Hazard. He is entering the Royal Rumble match at number 1.
He had a lot of talks, and we will now see if he can back it all up at number 1, Sonny.
Number 1 in the Royal Rumble match, and his first appearance in a Rumble match as well, ladies and gentlemen.
It's his debut.
Yes, it is his debut indeed.
So, Sonny, who do you think will be number 2?
Well, I would say number 2 is just of a bad of a spot as number 1, because you know you just have to overcome as much as the other ones do, you know. So as the number 1 position, I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of people that can become number 1. Or number 2, I should say, in this case.
Yes. And now we're gonna wait for number 2 to come out, with Mike Hazard kicking off at 1. Who will be the second one to enter this Rumble?
Yeah, that's just going to be the question, and the question is going to be answered right here, right now. Number 2, make your way to the arena. Oh,
Mike,
that music. Mike Hazard, he's like, go away. The number 2 is one that has made a staggering a staggering revelation. It is Barnes Reed, ladies and gentlemen. Barnes Reed is number 2 in the Rumble.
And of course, former friends, if I must say, Mike and Barnes. Both part of the alliance at one point in their careers, and now they're gonna face each other at 1 and 2 in this year's Rumble.
Yeah, Barnes Reed indeed coming in at number 2, and these two know each other very, very well. And you know, it is with a heavy heart that we have to look at this, because this is going to be a very personal first couple of minutes of the UCW 2020 Royal Rumble match, with people like Barnes Reed and Mike Hazard, who know each other so well. For in case you don't know, both of them were in the alliance before Dave Williams was turned on by Barnes Reed. He turned on him, he turned on then Mike Hansen, joined the Dutch Death Squad, and eventually defeated them at Civil Wars together with Douglas, Giel, and Jerome Mercury. And look at him staring a hole at Mike Hazard, who still is waiting on the outside of the ring, waiting for him to come in.
Yes, and let me explain one rule of this Rumble to all the viewers at home. There will be a new participant every 90 seconds. So let's fill up that ring.
Yeah, it is going to be crazy. And immediately Barnes Reed, of course, coming in with a neck breaker by Mike Hazard here. Very nicely done.
And Mike Hazard, of course, having a whole new look when he came back. We still don't know what happened, but he is truly entering this Rumble. And he spoke out in UCW this week, and he wants to win the whole damn thing and main event Kingdom.
Yeah, of course, everybody wants to main event Kingdom, people. Everybody wants to main event Kingdom. And that is just what one of these 30 superstars is going to do.
Of course. Last year we had Garcia and Azraël entering at 1 and 2.
And now float over into the DDT by Mike Hazard, ladies and gentlemen. And now a very nice arm drag following it up with.
And of course, they're trying to drag each other down so they can throw each other out to the floor. And oh, there we go. 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
here we go. The reward that Adrian Peck got for defeating Johnny Crow is being an entrant in his first ever UCW Royal Rumble match, ladies and gentlemen.
Adrian Peck is in the Rumble.
There he is, looking as fabulous as the bird of UCW has ever done. The dawn of UCW, I should say now. And he is making his way towards this Rumble match.
We can't forget, he had a 20-minute match early on the night. So, what do you think, Sonny? Is Adrian Peck ready to do great in this Rumble?
Well, I think he is waiting for his moment. There he comes, sliding in. Very nicely done. And immediately, look at him. He's only looking at Mike Hansen. And these two have had it out for each other on social media these past couple of weeks. And now immediately the forearm and a Lufes press here on Barnes Reed. And Adrian Peck is taking over this Rumble match.
And if I remember correctly, a few weeks
he's
back,
throwing Mike Hansen over the top rope.
And he's like saying, come back in. I'm not done with you yet. If I remember correctly,
show the Dawn that you're better than that. And a German by Barnes Reed, but it's every man for himself.
Sonny, if I remember correctly, a few weeks back on Outbreak, Mike has and Adrian Peck faced off backstage, and tension got heated up. So of course they're going after each other.
Yeah, I agree very much so. But it is just a little bit difficult sometimes to see these superstars going in and just targeting one another on social media. And you know, sometimes it's just difficult to see that, and then they come to blows in the ring. Then it's just who has the biggest balls to back up their words that they say behind their computer screen. But we aren't going to find out, because number 4 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Calvin, that is still Schultz who defeated Johnny Riddle at New Dawn last month. We haven't seen him since. We know that Barnes Reed was looking for him, but Till, not taking any prisoners, immediately a Northern Light suplex, and he floats over into a very nice normal suplex. And now Adrian Peck immediately goes after Till and throws him into the corner. And now Barnes Reed, very nice. And now Mike Hazard throws Till into Barnes, and a little bit of an alliance that was forming on social media between Barnes and Till, because Barnes was looking for Till all that time, and now he has found him. He has found him, and he made sure that Till was coming in to the Royal Rumble match. At number 4, as we see an airplane spinning right round with Barnes Reed and Mike Hazard still the longest two in this match.
And now the real chaos starts with all those superstars coming in. We are now at 4 people already. And a great neck breaker by Adrian Peck. Until
now a couple of kicks to the inner leg of Adrian. Till is the only one standing right now as Adrian trying to go to the apron, as we are waiting for number 5, ladies and gentlemen. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's one member of Legion, guys. It's Lewis Taylor.
Yeah, one member of Legion. He is coming in right now, ladies and gentlemen. As we see in Step Up Enziguri by Barnes Reed. And now Lewis Taylor, of course, one of the members of Legion of Blackheart. We are going to see, probably going to see more members. Of course, also the gatekeeper of UCW, yes. And now Adrian Peck throws him to the apron.
Trying to eliminate
Adrian Peck trying to go. And now Mike Hazard is not letting him have his way. Mike Hazard is interfering with the business of the Dawn. And that is not something that is going to go lightly for you. And Mike Hazard is still holding on, but the confusion has let Mike Hazard slip back into the ring.
As we said before, the chaos is just unfolding here. We aren't keeping track of everything that's happening into the ring right now. But Barnes Reed is fighting against Mike Hazard, and Lewis Taylor is taking down Adrian Peck.
Yeah, very nice spine buster. That's how you see an arm drag hip toss here. Very nicely done. And now a chin breaker by Till with the back suplex, following it up with Lewis Taylor now with Adrian Peck, with a former World Heavyweight Champion. And Adrian Peck has been thrown out by Lewis Taylor. Lewis Taylor has just taken out the former World Champion. But of course, keep in mind that Adrian Peck had already a big match against Johnny Crow later on. And number 6 is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Barnes Reed eliminated by Lewis Taylor. And number 6, there he comes.
It's Finn Jones.
The diamond of UCW, ladies and gentlemen.
And he made a bold statement. And he told the whole roster, break my record, everyone. He had the record for 4 eliminations last year. What will he do this year, Sonny?
Well, I'm not sure, but give it a couple of seconds, because we are going to find out together. And now Finney is just taunting. And of course, Lewis Taylor thinks that he needs to go after Finney because he is new. We haven't seen him for a long time yet. Yes. He's the gatekeeper.
Sonny, Lewis Taylor must have felt great. He eliminated 2 people already from this Rumble.
And now Vinnie Jones trying to eliminate Till.
But Lewis Taylor is like, oh no, it's Mike Hazard, my bad.
Mike Hazard breaking it up. As we see Barnes Reed. And now Till in the corner. Bit of taunting by Till. Not really the thing that you should be doing in a Rumble, if you ask me. No. But still, it is working. He is still in it. Lewis Taylor is still in it. Mike Hazard, number 1, he is still in it.
Yes, we lost Adrian Peck and Barnes Reed by Lewis Taylor. He's riding a cloud right now.
Yeah, he is gatekeeping this Rumble very nicely as of right now. Let's see what he can do.
Facing off against Vinnie Jones. This is gonna be quite a great matchup.
Yeah, now Lewis Taylor trying to eliminate the big guy, the big Vinnie Jones. He is not the diamond of UCW for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. And Vinnie Jones able to kick to back himself out as we are gearing up towards number 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And
it's our newest signing.
A newest signing here in UCW. It is DTM, the Messiah. He proclaims himself to be the Messiah of UCW. And what is he going to bring into this Rumble?
The Messiah of the mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Messiah of the mic then, but he has made some bold statements as well. And this is his very first match, our very first look at what the Messiah of the mic can bring to the squared circle.
He is taking his time to enter this Rumble. We can see Vinnie still squaring off with Lewis Taylor in the middle of the ring.
Still, and Mike Hazard still going at it. Very nicely done here, and we are going to see DTM. Yes, there he is sliding into the ring. Very nicely done.
And DTM is going after Mike Hazard. They exchanged some words on UCW, and DTM is throwing.
DTM just froze in Mike Hazard. He froze him over the top rope. The very first elimination. And what kind of title would he get? He also calls himself the Messiah of the mic. What if he also becomes the king of the squared circle, Calvin?
Yeah, he will go on. What a debut! You just threw out one of our big names in Mike Hazard, who is not happy with this, as he is walking away, the walk of shame, if I may add. And DTM is having Lewis Taylor up, and he throws him down. You need to throw him out, DTM. And he grabs Vinnie Jones, and he is trying to eliminate the big man as well.
Yeah, DTM is going to try it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try to eliminate Vinnie Jones. But what is Vinnie Jones going to do here? Is he going to be able to withstand DTM? Yes, he is. Yes. There he goes. Vinnie breaking out of the grip.
Vinnie survives. And Till got Lewis Taylor, and Lewis Taylor.
Till just eliminated Lewis Taylor. Till just eliminated the gatekeeper of UCW as we are gearing up for number 8 in 2, 1. And there he is, the angel of UCW, Matrix, one half of a former tag team, I should say, but I don't want to bring it up again. And Matrix coming in, and DTM immediately focusing on the Messiah and the Angel in a squared circle, ladies and gentlemen. It can't be more biblical than this, as Vinnie Jones coming up with a corner knee strike on Till.
The Rumble can get us the most exciting matchups, Sonny.
Yeah, the Rumble can get some matchup that we have never thought we wanted, but we will want after this match, and maybe one of those matches will be DTM against Matrix, the Messiah versus the Angel. The beginning of it sounds perfect.
Will Vinnie get his first elimination as well in this Rumble? And
it seems like it. It seems like he's going to throw Till out. Will that happen? Yes, there he goes. Till has been eliminated by Vinnie Jones, by the Diamond of UCW. Strikes again, bringing his total elimination up to 5 people over 2 Rumbles.
And Vinnie Jones is the very first superstar to got eliminations in 2 Royal Rumbles.
Yes, very nicely done. Congratulations. As now, Vinnie Jones is going to try to eliminate DTM, ladies and gentlemen. And Matrix, he's letting him do that. And DTM was able to find out. Yes, it is indeed very smart. As we are gearing up towards number 9 in 3, 2, 1. And there's someone that the brother of Matrix knows very well. It is the Iron Bison. And now DTM teetering and also eliminated by Vinnie Jones, his second elimination of the night.
And we have 2 big men in the ring, Sonny. Iron Bison and Vinnie Jones.
yeah, maybe one of those dream matches that people keep talking about. It might be Vinnie Jones versus Iron Bison.
Oh.
And Matrix out
Oh
of
my
nowhere
God.
eliminates Vinnie Jones. Holy shit! Matrix just took him by surprise, and now it's Matrix versus Iron Bison. Northern Light suplex floats over into a normal suplex. No, twisting one. A very nice twisting suplex.
I just remembered, I heard Vinnie Jones saying, you need to be on edge every time in that ring, in the Rumble. I have experience with that. And if you want to be the real hitman, you can eliminate everyone at every second of the match. And Matrix just proved Vinnie Jones that Matrix can be a hitman.
Yeah, he did indeed. And we are only started. The first 10 people have almost been in this Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. And it is only becoming bigger and bigger as we go along, because number 10 is only 7 seconds away. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 10, it is the brother of Matrix, the destroyer of the Resistance, and the Dragon of Blackguard.
Look at
Diego's.
these three guys, Sonny.
Well, I am looking at them every single day, and Bison and Diego's have a very special relationship, and we know that. We know that their rivalry isn't done yet, if you see a scoop slam by Matrix. And now Diego's with a snapdragon suplex on Matrix, very, very nicely done. And I see there in, I see Ed. Ed is walking back up to the commentary booth, ladies and gentlemen. Ed is coming back to the commentary booth. All right, let's give him a minute to get settled down. Ed, how are you doing? How are you doing, man? You just
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Rumble match, because that is what is important. The rest will be, we'll talk about that later, not now.
All right. So what are your thoughts about the Rumble right now? How are you feeling this is becoming along?
Well, I saw some big names being eliminated by surprising opponents, and that's what you see in a Rumble match. No one is safe, and everybody can turn on each other, because although we haven't had a tag team here yet, this is sort of
we have a former tag team in the ring.
Yeah, we do.
And the next one is coming in, number 11, guys.
Yeah, number 11. Who is it going to be? It is from the CCC, the Charismatic and Cool Connection. It is Arthur Stein, everybody. There he goes, sliding into the ring.
With his blue hair.
With his blue hair, and he does not care. As we saw just a little bit ago, we saw Matrix breaking up Diego's trying to eliminate Iron Bison. So that's just also something that happened, just wanting to get it out there.
Well, there's a lot of emotion right there in this ring, because we have, of course, Matrix and Diergos, but we also have Diergos and the Iron Bison that also can't stand each other.
Yeah, that is very true. And Matrix, of course, just wanting to get some form of momentum ever since losing the United States Championship to Jake Van Dyke last month. So yeah, there is a lot of hope riding onto the Rumble match to get yourself back into position for whatever it is right now. And Arthur Stein teetering, and Diego's just punches him off. Diego's just eliminated Arthur Stein of the CCC.
It just looked like Arthur slipped off the apron, but elimination.
Yeah, it looked like Arthur lost grip, and now Matrix trying to eliminate Iron Bison, and now Diego's. Wait a second, Diego's is helping Matrix. The brothers, a mini reunion of the Resistance, and together they throw out Iron Bison. Look at the fans standing up and cheering for the Resistance. Tranquilo, no, Senton as number 12 is coming in, and we are all going to look at this photograph because Trevor Smile is coming in at number 12.
I don't want to look at the photograph. Look at the gray-haired man.
As Matrix doesn't want to be reunion.
He doesn't want any reunion with
He
Diego's,
doesn't want that
gentlemen.
photograph. He doesn't want to look back at that photograph of the Resistance.
Matrix can't eliminate Trevor, and Trevor is fighting back against Matrix, but Diego's does.
What?
Oh, Diego's just throwing out Trevor Smile, and we are reigniting one of the most iconic feuds of 2019 here in the Rumble match.
That was quite funny to see. Matrix trying to throw out Travvy and he just can't seem to get him out. And just Deagles launches himself into Travvy and he just throws him out.
Look at the triple clotheslines, just holding the hand, just going at it, and now just resting in the corner, admiring his work. Because these are not brothers anymore, maybe by blood, but that's just it. It's only just blood.
Yeah, that's well said, Ed. Blood is the only thing that's connecting these two warriors of the ring, warriors of the square circle. Yeah, and only getting him to the top. He's teetering on the apron, but Matrix able to slide back in as we are awaiting the arrival of unlucky number 13, ladies and gentlemen.
Or lucky number 13.
2, 1, and it's formerly known as TJ Youngblood. It is Tyler Renegade at number 13, ladies and gentlemen.
And Tyler Renegade is ready for this.
Yeah, he is ready.
I almost wanted to say, who the hell is Tyler Renegade? But okay, if he's formerly known as Youngblood, then I remember
his name to fit himself more. As he gets hit with a pop-up facebuster, very nicely done by Matrix. But Matrix doesn't want to give Diegos that same chance and hits him with the same move that he did to Tyler.
We can't seem to forget, but Matrix and Diegos are almost passing the 10-minute mark in this Rumble match.
Yeah, they are. And a package pile driver into a power bomb. Very nice. Very nicely
done. It almost looked like he wanted to go for the pin, but you cannot pin or use a submission. Well, you can't use a submission here. It's just not going to work.
Legion is making their presence known because Lewis Taylor had 2 eliminations, and if I'm correctly, Diegos is on 2 or 3 as well right now.
Yeah, Diegos already has 2 eliminations as well. He eliminated Arthur Stein, and then he, together with Matrix, eliminated Iron Bison. So yeah, technically he's in 2 as well. Lewis Taylor has 2 eliminations. And then we had Stephan Bass earlier in the night retaining his UCW Television Championship. So in the all, Legion of Blackheart is doing fine. And now we await the world champion. Except for the world champion, but number 14 is making his way to the ring right now. It is CCC member Sander Cool, ladies and gentlemen, as we are getting a close-up of him.
Why would you give a close-up to this joke? Look at that mustache. Look at it. He needs to shape it off. He looks like Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury is dead.
Yeah, Sander is a former #1 contender. And
I don't care. He's disgracing the image of Freddie Mercury, who is rolling around his grave right now, looking at Sander.
And Sander Cole is looking to enter the ring, and he has a lot of history with some guys in the ring as well.
Yeah, he knows a lot of these people. He knows Tyler Renegade, he knows Diegos, he knows Matrix. This ring is filling up with superstars as we speak.
Indeed, and Sander Cole must have been thinking, like, he just saw his brother,
a stunner by Matrix.
His teammate getting eliminated by Diegos. So Sander Cole, of course, going after Diegos, wanting some retribution.
Well, going after Diegos, you mean Diegos going after Sander Cole, because Sander hasn't done anything yet.
And now Tyler Renegade. Oh, and Diegos just slipping out of the power slam attempt. Now fireman's carry by Tyler Renegade, very nicely done. A very nice choke slam attempt by Matrix. Oh, a very nice overhead belly to belly by Sander. And just right now there haven't been much attempted to eliminations. Super kick by Sander, and Matrix brains almost left his skull. Incredible. Oh, now standing switch into the snap German, but gently gets up into the handspring kick. Very nicely done.
Sorry. I have to say that he learned that for me. It's my...
As the next one is
Side of suplex, as we are awaiting number 15, ladies and gentlemen.
Worse than Sander Cool.
What's this?
Oh, what are we seeing? Stephan Bass.
I don't have my championship belt, so technically speaking, I'm not a champion. And champions aren't allowed in the match. Well, I'm not a champion. Got my number. What the heck, let's do it.
Oh my God.
He just said that he What? His championship is gone? He's not a champion?
I think he lost his UCW Television Championship backstage, and in his mind that technically doesn't make him a champion since he doesn't have it. So that means that Stephan Bass has found his own creative loophole to get into the UCW Royal Rumble, and he is in it.
He found a number, guys.
Oh, whose number is that?
Someone who had number 15.
But now, Stephan Bass has entered the Rumble and he's going after his teammate.
He's going after, well, maybe he doesn't even recognize Dijk. You don't know in what kind of intoxicated state Stephan Bass has just entered this Rumble.
He's probably
Matrix.
drunk. I mean, he just had a
saving
match.
Diego's.
Matrix trying to eliminate both, I think. But he failed miserably.
And now Bass finally finds someone else to hit.
Or be hit by.
So guys, we have two members of Legion in the middle of this ring. Stephan Bass is going after Tyler Renegade.
Yeah, but Tyler Renegade being able to fight back, making himself last in the Royal Rumble. And now a tour of the islands by Diego's. Very nicely done, Diego's. And now Sander has Diego's.
Yes.
And of course, we know the history between Sander and Diego's. We know that at Midsummer Mayhem 2, Stephan Bass has just eliminated Tyler Renegade. Incredible. And now a double axe handle caught by Matrix into the backbreaker.
And Sander, what are you doing? There are two people of Legion in the ring. Why are you throwing Matrix out?
Well, Sander tried to eliminate Matrix, but it is not happening right now.
He doesn't know how. That's so stupid, Sander.
And number 16 is coming in, guys. It's number 16, the king of the ropes. Wesley Walker, there he is, Wesley Walker, of course, with a very cool Spider-Man inspired mask. And now Sander, of course, he lost his UCW United States Championship against Diego's, and he's looking for some form of redemption, and Sander Cool eliminates Diego's.
Why,
What
Sander?
elimination? This is big for Sander.
No, Sander. No, Sander.
Oh, and Sander eliminated both members of the former Resistance. Both brothers, Matrix and Diego's, have been eliminated by Sander.
Sander Cool on a roll, guys.
Why? Why is this a thing?
And now Sander going after the second member of Legion that is in the ring. And is he able to throw out Stephan Bass? Yes, he is! 3 eliminations for Sander Cool.
What is
3 eliminations.
This is a joke. This has to be. Am I pranked? Am I pranked? Did it?
No, Sander Cool is just doing his best, and he threw out 3 people.
Sander doing his best.
And he's in control of Wesley Walker. Will this be his 4th elimination, guys? Sander is taunting.
He's tired. He's already tired.
He's taking it easy. Yeah, of course he's tired. He just threw out 3 people as we are gearing up towards number 17. And it's his tag team partner, the tag team partner of Sander Cool. It's Eddie Charisma. Where he is, there is Eddie, there he is. Former European champion. And now being it, very nice Hurricane Rana.
Now the question is, will Eddie and Sander work together?
Well, for now they are.
Like it.
Yeah, for now it looks like Eddie and Sander are going to work together. As Eddie sets him up in the corner and Sander follows it up with a drop kick to the back.
And
Wesley Walker is a victim of the numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. A victim of the numbers game. As Sander is waiting for Wesley to get up. And now, the knee right to the face.
A modified recoil from Sander Cool.
If Eddie Charisma was smart, he would throw Sander out right now.
What a beautiful teamwork.
What a beautiful tag team. Throwing Wesley to Eddie, and Eddie following it up with a suplex. Incredible stuff.
Eddie, throw Sander out. Just throw him out. He's not worth your time.
Sander just thinks
Sander, oh God, that's something I didn't see happening. Sander just tried to eliminate Eddie, and Eddie trying to go for a cutter, but Wesley was able to finish it, and Eddie was flying everywhere. Oh, and now the cutter. As we are gearing up towards number 18 in 1.
Who's this?
Oh, guys.
He is.
Guys, is it?
back.
It is really. He is back. It is Kota Matsuda, Ed.
It is Kota Matsuda. We haven't seen him in quite some time. And he's showing the world that he's a star with just his entrance alone. God damn, there's our budget. There goes our budget, everyone. Our
What
budget
a
is
beautiful
for Kota Matsuda.
blue entrance.
Although that's just blue hair and blue
Yeah,
outfit.
but he was red before, so. As Wesley Walker is trying to hold on. Sander, Wesley is out.
Why did Sander turn around?
Alright, there he is, Kota Matsuda. Of course, we know the last time we saw Kota Matsuda in a UCW ring, it was actually
Kota.
against Wesley
Kota.
Walker and Rainbow
Kota.
Wolf for the UCW briefcase.
Guys, Kota.
Kota Matsuda! Kota Matsuda! Eddie wasn't able to save his tag team partner as Kota Matsuda eliminates Sander.
Eddie helped him with a dropkick.
Are you sure that Eddie helped eliminate Sander, guys?
I'm 100% sure. Eddie wanted to. He just helped Kota eliminating his own partner. Eddie, what are you doing, mate?
And now Sander is still looking at the ring, looking at his failed opportunity
He
to
doesn't
gain
understand
a UCW
what
World
happened.
Championship
He
opportunity.
just looked at Eddie and he was like, mate, what are you doing? And Wesley
And now Kota Matsuda eliminates Wesley Walker.
That's 2 eliminations already for Kota Matsuda, although the first one was more of an, help. Oh, wait, Eddie.
Eddie is trying to throw out.
Eddie is trying to eliminate Kota. Is Eddie going to do it? Yes, he throws out Kota Matsuda. That means Eddie is the only one in the ring right now. As we are gearing up towards number 19. Here we go. Alright, you guys. Number 19, it's Rico Rogers. And he is going to square off with Eddie Charisma. And he just, holy shit, he just throws out Eddie Charisma. He just throws out Eddie Charisma. And we are going to gear up towards number 20. And number 20 is just beautiful.
Victor.
What's coming next?
Hij is goed aangehangen.
2, 1, and here we go. Ian, the Scottish Warrior, is number 22. We just had a bit of a malfunction with our commentary system, but myself, Calvin, and Ed are back, and we are just going to pretend that that thing that happened in the Rumble didn't happen. Alright, so it seems that I'm going to be doing commentary by myself now, since nobody else is trying to say something.
Thrown out in 4 seconds, Sonny.
Oh, and Ian and Jack just have thrown out Rico Rogers, everybody. Rico Rogers has been eliminated by Jack and Ian.
What a great teamwork, Sonny. What a great teamwork. Just like you got thrown out by Rico Rogers. He told you he would eliminate you if you would appear in the Rumble, and he did.
Yeah, well, he's just lucky that I was there. I wasn't just ready. He just wasn't able to wait for a couple of decent seconds for me to get in that ring, for me to find my footing, my positioning in that ring. I'm not a solid superstar. He could have given me my time. Then he could have gotten a great match out of me. And now Ian King has just eliminated Jack Harvey as we are gearing up towards number 23, ladies and gentlemen. Number 23. Who is it going to be? It is the Butcher! Sander the Butcher is making his return to UCW, Ed!
Sander the Butcher. He disappeared over a year ago, guys. He's finally back. And he's gunning for a title shot at Kingdom of Immortality. Who doesn't?
Yeah, of course he wants the championship shot at UCW. Of course he wants it at Kingdom of Immortality. And he is coming in. We saw him backstage. Now I recognize him. He was, of course, a tag team with Jake, Order, and Justice. And there he goes into the ring, and Ian immediately hitting him. The Scottish Warrior immediately hits him with a lariat to the back. Now an overhead belly to belly by Sander the Butcher. And Sander the Butcher, we haven't seen him, as Calvin said, for over a year now.
And he's trying to make an impact here once again after losing the television title over a year ago.
Yeah, he lost the television title to Galki a little bit longer than a year ago, and of course we all know how Galki's career has been kind of made by that television championship.
Yeah, Sander the Butcher was actually the first one to defeat Galki in a singles match.
Yeah, the first one to be able to pin the UCW television champion at that time, Galki, one of the most dominant men that we had back in 2018. And we are gearing up towards number 24. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there he is. We were just talking about him. Number 24. It is Galki Shine.
Look at that face, Sonny. That man is focused.
That is the face of a man that is very determined to win the Royal Rumble match. And of course he wants to. Everyone wants to win the Rumble. Ed wants to win the Rumble. Calvin wants to win the Rumble. Sonny wants to win the Rumble. Everybody wants to win the Rumble.
And especially after what happened with Galki, Azraël, and Dylan. So, of course, this man is focused.
Yeah, of course, there is only one reason for him to be focused. And we are almost at the end of it, guys. We are slowly gearing up towards number 30. And the question is, who is going to be number 30 this year? Last year, it was an historic return of Dylan Mason. And the question is, who is going to be that number 30 spot this year? And Sander the Butcher hits a powerbomb on Ian. And now Galki, what is Galki going to do here? Galki throws Ian over the top rope. And now he's trying to eliminate him. And now Sander the Butcher is just looking at Galki. And Sander just abruptly ended the elimination of Ian. And now Sander is going to try and eliminate Ian himself. And now Galki is helping. Galki and Sander are trying to eliminate Ian. Will it happen? No. No, not yet. Not yet. But now they're trying to do it together. But Ian still has the wherewithal to fight off both the Butcher and Galki Shine.
And Ian, the big man, he has 2 eliminations already. He is making his impact in his very first match as well in UCW, guys.
Yeah, we already saw the debut of DTM and the debut of the newly named Tyler Renegade. And now the Scottish warrior Ian Cleland is making a name for himself as number 25 is coming now. And we already know who that was going to be. And he won it at New Dawn. It is JD Rush, everyone.
As JD Rush is making his entrance into the ring.
Yeah, he is in it now and immediately gets into the face of Galki, who hits him with a suplex. Almost twice the size is Galki. And again, elimination of Ian was not working. And a bulldog to JD Rush. Exploded the night. Big shoulder tackle by Ian. And now a German by Galki on Ian. And now a power slam. We see a power slam on JD Rush. And now a forearm being hit on Ian yet again. But right now, the ring is filling up yet again. Galki throws over Ian yet again, and he goes for the elimination. Is it going to happen this time? Will Ian be eliminated by Galki? The punch to the forehead, and Ian falls out. That means Galki has eliminated Ian. As we see a back suplex on Sander the Butcher. And now it's JD Rush and Galki facing off. Galki trying to hit a couple of forms, but he is still a little bit flustered. Maybe that whole thing with Azraël Mason is still in the back of Galki's head, and it's making it hard for him to concentrate, even though his face looks so determined, Calvin.
Yes, of course, but he's still focused. He's still going after everyone in that ring, so I'm sure.
Yeah, and now we're gearing up towards number 26 in 2, 1. Oh my god.
He's back.
My god. It is the one, the only disturbed one. It is Dark X.
In his nice suit, as always, making his way to the ring, looking on, taking his time, turning the back to the ring, turns around again and thinks, yes, I'm back, baby.
Yeah, he knows what he is going for. There he goes, turns him around just like Calvin said he was going to do. Looks in his backside. He knows that there's no turning back here in UCW. He is going full forward at number 26, a very late entry into the Rumble, and he is now slid into the ring as Galki immediately goes after Dark Axe. Of course, a little bit of checkered pass there as he hits the suplex. Very nicely done. Sander Butcher hanging in the ropes. As now Galki hits him with a flatliner.
Dark X goes after Galki, big man after big man. As Sandoval is trying to eliminate JD Rush.
Yeah, and he is doing a wonderful job at it, might I add, ladies and gentlemen. As he is a standing drop kick by Dark X on Galki, as we see a very nice hip toss maneuver by Sander the Butcher. And now Sander with a full Nelson suplex on Dark X. Sander the Butcher, of course, having the longest stay right now out of all these 4 superstars. Coming in at number 23 as we are counting down to number 27. As Galki hits a clothesline on Dark X. And our German by Galki on Sander the Butcher.
And we see the 10 count appearing.
And our Glasgow Kiss, the 10 count coming up indeed, as Calvin said. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 27, you see Galki looking confused over his shoulders. It is someone that he knows very much.
He is released from jail, Sonny. And he is back.
Jiraiya Jajin. He has been released indeed.
And
look at him go. What a cheerful entrance here by Jiraiya after being away for a couple of months now. After being away imprisoned for stalking one of his idols.
and Galki's stomping, and Galki's running, and there he is. Life lesson.
Galki's going for it indeed. He's stomping the bat. The life lesson right on Sander the Butcher. Calvin predicted it very nicely. It was like he was looking in the stars, and now he throws over Sander the Butcher. Galki throws over his checkered past. One of the few guys that has ever eliminated Galki. And now Dark X throws over JD Rush.
And he's happy with his work after Dark X took the time to enjoy his elimination. And
now Jiraiya trying to eliminate Galki, but Galki was able to fight out of it yet again.
We saw a little glimpse of Dark X looking at Jiraiya, because those men know each other very well, because the very first feud of Jiraiya in UCW was against this man.
Yeah, the very first feud of Jiraiya was indeed, the very first rivalry, we should say, was against Dark X. And of course, we all know the primetime punishment where Jiraiya and Galki both took part in. So both took part in one of the most recognizable stables in UCW history, up there with the DDS. And right now, Legion of Blackheart is making a name for themselves.
I'll be surprised if this doesn't lead to an elimination. Escapes what could have been the end of the road here in this Royal Rumble match.
And now the countdown for number 28 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is the hardcore icon at number 28, Calvin.
Yes, and of course it's his second match of the night as well. And he's taking his sweet time to enter the ring.
Yeah, the hardcore icon is taking his time indeed.
As Brian is entering the ring, the single champion in this match, Sonny.
Yeah, the only champion now. Whoa. Stephan Base is, for as far as I know, still the UCW television champion.
Yeah, fair enough. As Hardcore Brian is trying to eliminate Jiraiya, a respectable former hardcore champion in his own right. Galki is the very first hardcore champion in his own right, and Dark isn't a hardcore champion.
That was still back in the days when the hardcore championship was defended 24/7, and now Galki throws over Dark X, and he eliminates Dark X. The second elimination for Galki here tonight, as there were only two more people coming, number 29, and of course the big number 30.
I need to add that was his third elimination.
His third elimination, I'm sorry, his third elimination. And now
Galki is focusing on Hardcore Brian right now.
Yeah, it looks like Jiraiya and Galki are working a little bit together sometimes.
Nope, not anymore. As Galki is taking down Jiraiya, so much for the teamwork, Sonny. And the countdown starts again.
Yeah, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is number 29, the biggest superstar, literally in UCW. It is Marcus Phoenix.
Oh my God, Marcus Phoenix coming in at 29, Sonny. What does this mean for the other competitors?
Well, it means trouble, because Marcus Phoenix is not here to make friends with anybody.
Talking about friends, Jiraiya, Galki, does that sound any bells?
It does, but they are fighting amongst one another right now, as Marcus immediately takes out hardcore icon Brian as a snapmare takedown by Jiraiya on Galki.
And I don't know if you noticed the last few weeks, but Brian and Marcus keep getting at each other, like talking to each other, calling them out, because both of them are undefeated on one loss.
Both of them have only tasted pinfall defeat once. And coincidentally, the one person that pinned Marcus Phoenix is in the ring right now in Jiraiya.
Jiraiya, of course, yes.
And of course, next to that, another surprising fact, or interesting fact I should say, is that last year, Jiraiya also came in at number 27. And again, this year, he had the same number.
Of course, yes, that's totally true, Sonny.
So that's a very interesting fact. The luck of the draw being very generous to Jiraiya.
And we have 3 former members of the Primetime Punishment who won last year the tag team titles on this pay-per-view.
Yeah, beating the
Marcus
Resistance.
is fighting with Brian in the corner. Brian is a little bit more fatigued than Marcus.
But we are firing up towards number 30, ladies and gentlemen. Number 30. Who will it be? Oh
my
shit. Oh, whoa, wait a second. That's Aiden Zinda, but he has the television title.
Why has Aiden Zinda the television title?
I don't know, but he has it.
But Aiden Zinda's back. A former world champion.
Aiden Zinda, a former world champion, former tag team champion, former leader of the Brotherhood, has become back, and he has the television championship right around his waist.
Indeed.
As now Marcus Phoenix has just eliminated Hardcore Icon Brian. As we
look
have
at that stare, Sonny. Did you see that look on Marcus's face?
As he eliminates Hardcore Icon, yeah, I saw it. And Galki trying to eliminate Aiden Zinda. Remember, Snowpocalypse 2018, it was Galki versus Aiden Zinda for the world title.
And now facing off for a shot at the world title once again. Aiden Zinda, of course, wants to be back on top. Last year we had Dylan Mason returning on 30, and now Aiden Zinda. What a match it is.
Yeah, and one of these 4 men is going to win the Royal Rumble match, and is going to go on to Kingdom of Immortality.
Marcus brings Jiraiya down. Of course, Jiraiya, one of his demons.
And now Marcus being hit with a dropkick to the side of the face by Galki.
His former tag team partner, of course.
Yeah, of course. And now Jiraiya with Aiden Zinda, walking him towards the ropes. Of course, Aiden Zinda, we haven't seen him in a very long time. We saw the return of Jerome Holland last pay-per-view, teaming with John Dreamfield to win the tag team titles. But we've never expected Aiden to follow suit, and it seems like the Brotherhood is definitely over now, as Aiden hits a snap suplex on Marcus Phoenix.
Yes, because this means Aiden Zinda is here for singles competition. He's just back to be the best of the best once again.
Yeah,
trying to eliminate Marcus Phoenix in the corner, and Marcus Phoenix is punching his way, literally punching his way out of the corner.
Yeah, these 4 guys all have a chance to go on to the main event of Kingdom of Immortality as Jiraiya hits Marcus with a power slam. The fact of the matter is that right now, wait a second, why is there a count out, Calvin? Why is there a count out? We already have 30 people in this rumble. We already have 30 people. I didn't do anything. Number 31.
31? No.
Wait, no, come on.
Is this who?
No, it's Stephan Bass. It's Stephan Bass. Stephan Bass just made himself number 31. I don't know who of the production crew he threatened to make himself number 31, but for some reason he is coming down to the ring once again. But I think this is not about the Rumble. This is probably about Aiden Zinda coming out with his last UCW Television Championship.
I think as well, but
and he's already in, guys. He's already in, and he eliminates Aiden. Aiden has been eliminated by Stephan Bass.
Look at this, all 4 members, Primetime Punishment. Study.
All 4 members of Primetime Punishment are in, but the celebration is not long because Marcus throws Stephan Bass out immediately, and now 3 people are left here in this Rumble. It is Marcus, Jiraiya, a mini reunion of the Primetime Punishment, and of course Galgi Shine.
What a event! Stephan Bass getting eliminated twice in this Rumble.
I'm still not sure how he pulled off, for some reason, getting the production crew to get the number 31 on the screen.
Didn't he threaten Tyler Renegade to get his number and just turn it around?
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he just found Tyler Renegade's number backstage and thought, hey, this is number 31. I can still enter because number 30 has just been... I don't know what's going in the head of Stephan. But he has eliminated Aiden Zinda, and that's one of the biggest eliminations of the night.
And of course he gets some payback because he just got his title back as well.
And now Marcus throws over Jiraiya. And now Marcus not eliminating Jiraiya yet. And again throwing him over the apron. And now it's in. And it's Marcus and Galki both facing off. Both pointing at the sign. One to go to Kingdom of Immortality 2.
Marcus got rid of his demon Jiraiya. And now the face of Galki isn't waiting. Galki
is not making no for an answer. The life lesson. Life lesson from Marcus Phoenix. It connected right in the face. It connected right in the face. And the face of Marcus has been dented. And will it be enough? Will it be enough? The drop kick! Marcus teetering! He throws! Galki wins! Galki wins! Galki wins!
Galki is going to Kingdom of Immortality, Sonny.
Yes, he is. Galki is going to the biggest show of the year. Kingdom of Immortality just has found one half of the main event, because Galki is going to challenge for the UCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And Sonny against who?
Well, that is going to be the question right now. There he is. Oh, there he is. There he is. It's Azraël Victor.
Champion.
Number one, he's now pointing at himself. He is the one. It's going to down here tonight, guys. But he's
smiling.
Look at the face of Azraël. Look at the face. After Galki just won the biggest match of his career. And after Azraël... celebrating, shaking hands with Galki, and the past seems to have been forgotten. The past seems to have been forgotten. And Azraël attacking Galki. Azraël has struck down Galki right in the middle of the ring, ladies and gentlemen, right in the middle of the ring. And that's going to be it. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Facebook for the aftermath. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, watching, being in the stream, being in the chat. From myself, Calvin and Ed, have a good night.